a Spirit who eliminated Heroic, and then Heroic who eliminated Liquid, that in turn Liquid would have the chance to at least start the elimination of Spirit.
Yeah, I have a weird feeling in my stomach that Liquid are going to win this series because they are already eliminated. And that's just how Liquid operate, you know? Once they're out of a tournament, it's like, oh, okay, we're going to start playing some of our finest Dota now. So if that comes to fruition, that's my prediction for the series.
I mean, you always say that Liquid builds up over time of a tournament, and so in some ways, the last bit of a group stage where they're already eliminated should be their finest hours.
Yeah, there's a lot of truth in that. You should not underrate the strength of the zombie teams, you know? They come back from the dead just to drag you down with them.
Did you ever get bit?
I was the zombie team. I'm very familiar with the process. It's a fun position to be in, honestly.
Yeah.
It's like, oh man, nothing to lose, nothing to gain, but we can really ruin these guys' day. And there's some strength in that. It creates a really strong underdog situation, which relieves all pressure from you and puts a lot on the opponents.
Yeah.
So Spirit are under the gun here to step their game up and deliver in this series if they want to move on and not have to potentially deal with some really weird tiebreaker situation. I do like some elements of their draft. I think we've seen this Ember being first picked a lot. There are certain teams who will Huskar in response, there are certain teams who will Monkey King in response, and there are certain teams who I'm hoping will Dazzle more in response, because this mid Dazzle used to be one of the hardest counters to this hero.
Yeah.
It's really good in the lane. It's one of the hardest lane counters. Absolutely decimates him. And it's really good in the game. Should not underestimate sustain heroes versus Ember, who's a majority chip damage hero. Dazzle is also one of the few spellcasters who doesn't care about Mage Slayer as much because he's a hybrid damage hero. He's dealing a lot of physical with an insta-hex, plus heal, plus some magic damage, plus the weave going to work. So you're not as affected by this Mage Slayer Ember as compared to a lot of other spellcaster mids who are relying on their spells to do damage in the fight.
Okay, yeah, sure.
I just really like this matchup. I think the only other one that came to my mind was the Lone Druid mid, that I would not be surprised if some team busted out, because I still think that matchup for Ember is borderline unplayable, but you need a Lone Druid specialist, and you know.
And also a question of whether or not Lone Druid is any
of course,
good.
yeah, we have no idea where that hero is. That hero usually takes a while to be developed in any given new patch. So far though, Laurel is putting in the work, 11-3 to 6-3, doubling up Nisha early, and I expect him to continue to pummel in the paint. There's just not much you can do against the poison touch.
Yeah, we've seen Nisha struggle to get last hits, man. Even that gets snagged away from him.
Also be interesting to see how much this projection skews this matchup further. I suspect it makes it nicer for Dazzle because you have access to the Hex off the poison touch earlier than you would when it was based on the shard.
Sure.
Which
Dawn,
super nice.
Taking a lot of damage in bottom lane. They get full aggro with it, but Saberlight takes a step forward into tower range. Utoro tries to give him a bit of a punish. Either way, they do a lot of damage, which should cure the Lotuses.
Double boots here early for Liquid on this lane. Just trying to kite out the Slark and maybe go for the all-in plays. This type of itemization is really good when you get the first blood. You can take full advantage of it. It's pretty solid when you pull waves, which is something we've seen Liquid do a lot. And it's really good in these all-in
for the kill on Maposhka this time around. The pounce is going to limit his mobility, but it's just enough to get the kill. However, support for Core and Slark actually somehow did not get a permanent essence shift.
He didn't get the kill.
Unlucky.
Unlucky for Radon. But soul XP for him on the kill. Super nice. It's a bigger win for Spirit than for Liquid for sure.
Collapse. They finish him off. And Rue is going to battle for it. If he gets lucky, he gets the kill off of this. If not, he comes back and gets the kill afterwards, but still dies. So 2 for 1 in the top lane. Liquid taking a very early kill lead, though it's not actually translating into a total net worth lead, probably because mid is just so damn bad for Nisha.
Not the most fun lane. He's doing fine levels-wise, though. And they're going to bring the ET in. Try for something cheeky here.
Yeah, slow down. Insania's definitely not going to be able to make this happen.
Yeah, ET gank without Stomp is usually not that easy to execute on. Does relieve some pressure off this Ember a bit.
Insania, is he going to die to Rue? He's got double blink strikes.
Yeah, Boot's already up on the Ricky.
Yeah, tricks the trade for a couple more hits. He's going to need to find him in the trees. He doesn't even try.
Could have had him, actually, I
think so, yeah.
Saberlight salving up bottom. What I was also going to mention about this itemization bottom, like you go for these boots, you go in for the all-in kill plays, trying to use the first blood gold, but you're against a Warlock, which is a double-edged sword. On one hand, Warlock's not great versus all-in attempts because the heal's super slow. The flip side is if you try and all-in him and you don't, you have a lot of extra sustain and regen on this lane of Spirit that the Slark doesn't have to buy a bunch of tangos or salves or whatever. So every time you try and kill Radon and you don't, he just gets the farm of the tower, getting healed back up from a Poshka. You get a pull off, you're super happy.
Sure.
You're likely not out CSing or trading against this Slark directly. So far, Radon has gotten the better of them on this bottom lane.
And the less regen he has to buy, the more stats he can buy, which makes it more likely he survives an all-in attempt. This time around, bringing double supports to the equation will net them the kill. Dazzle, of course, in the laning phase never levels up Shallow Grave, so it is a kill if you can all in him.
I mean, we're seeing Liquid's game plan. They are committing heavily to make sure this Ember does not get abused too hard. And the fact that top lane went so well early means they have complete freedom to do this. This is not a team that's afraid to stack Saberlight in any regard. I mean, Spirit should try and respond to this. This is not a mid lane you want to let your Dazzle get ganked over and over or just put him on an island. It's a snowball hero. It's a lane dominator. It's a really strong early skirmisher. Hero that uses power runes, can push with catapults. There's a lot of things you can do with Dazzle in the mid if you're the one getting an advantage.
And they did get him over that line. Like, he's level 6. He got a power rune, so he should kind of be fine from here, right?
Yeah, the Ember's chilling now. Even if Nisha leaves mid and goes to one of these side lanes, his game is good enough off those two, 1.5 ganks where it recovered a lot of the difference.
It's Collapse who is struggling the most of all the cores in this game, though he's not too far off both the Ember and Saberlight's Primal Beast.
Liquid's setting up really early for this Wisdom Shrine. They have both supports up here.
Well, they're not shy about saying that they're contesting this.
I mean,
Poshka using an early Spirit. Xania taking all challengers here.
I caught Laurel on the other side.
Mickey, I mean, he has RP. Does he want to go for it here? He does, but he won't have that much damage behind it. And not enough presence to really secure the Wisdom. I mean, Nisha's going to come over. Maybe that can help things out here as the Slight comes through with the Midas Armor, and they get the double kill in the end.
Mickey just gets everything there. He had full wand as well. He was not really close to going down. And the biggest thing in that entire fight was that Liquid caught the Dazzle trying to cross that triangle to get there in the first place with some nice vision. Just scattered it out, went on him. You trade the Bat Rider for the Dazzle. No mid-hero at that fight. That's a winning fight if Laurel gets there. But he has to walk because he has no TP because he got ganked earlier.
Yeah.
So all these little plays for Liquid are adding up in this early game. I'm telling you, man, once this team gets eliminated, they're like the best team in the world or something. Maybe they should start tournaments eliminated.
Oh, there's the thought. Nisha trying again for a kill on Laurel. Flame Break goes out. It doesn't actually hit Laurel. And Laurel commits for the kill onto Nisha. Fairy Fire gives him a little bit of HP, but not enough to survive the poison that's coming in. Radon is getting a lot out of this, though, as they do manage to finish up the Warlock. Yes, 2-for-2 trade. Radon, he pops his Shadow Dance. He decides not to chip away at the Primal Beast any further.
Let's get a permanent Agi out of that. More experience for the Slark. Got to be careful of these bonds on the dive attempts. They're not going to be fun to deal with. Especially with triple melee core. Yeah, you have mobility heroes. All three of them have a mobility spell, but in theory, you're going to get some good bonds this game as Mivoshka.
We now have a Magnus after that Wisdom Rune play that is 1,000 net worth up on the second highest, which is Radon. So this mag is off to a great start. Is it a good mag game in general?
I think in truth, almost any game can be a good mag game.
Okay.
Like, the hero spells are just strong enough. He can manipulate any game in his favor. Particularly, we see in this tournament when it goes later and later, this hero's just a powerhouse. And I don't think there's anything here that really prevents the mag from doing what he wants to do in this game, which is flash farm, get ahead, and have impact in the team fights. There's maybe the Ricky Cloud, the Slark Shard when it comes out later, that you're kind of worried about. This Tide matchup can be a bit bad because you don't want to necessarily RP skewer the Tide, but I think for carry mag, it's not as big a deal because you're just a right clicker more than a big RP user. I think it's a perfectly fine mag game.
Okay.
Especially with the start he's had, man. He is cranking.
Collapse breaks the smoke of Insanity here while the Primal Beast Roar comes in through the other side. Gets the grab onto the Riki. Not enough for the kill, though, especially with the Dazzle. Whose spells give them the extra HP and the confidence to push forward and take down Insania as it looks like Collapse. They're going to try and get the stomp off. Insania does manage to get that off, but Rue, who sidestepped it, gets the blink strike on him. Nisha's going to go back in alongside Saberlight. Just a mini stun. Larl's very low, and Saberlight does manage to get that kill. The Golem is trying to help out here with the Ravage going out. They finish off the Primal Beast. The Riki is back into play here. Rue's going after the Ember. Nice grab by Radon. Got him inside the pounce, and now the stats are building up. The Golem getting in front of Mickey, body blocking, and the Illusion's body blocking as well. Mickey's got to get around all of this. He has to RP in order to stay alive. Lasso up next. Now a stomp goes in. Radon very low, but got off the Shadow Step, and away he goes. He's out of here.
So close for Radon.
Oh, smoke screen is no defense to Insania, apparently.
Look at his damage.
Put on his
bonus.
goggles and just saw right through all that.
I mean, that might be some of the most damage I've seen in an early game fight on ET in a while. He got everybody in that spirit. They're going to get Collapse here.
Oh, wow.
Or the neutrals will.
Neutrals.
Prowlers.
Prowler's too powerful.
You just can't deal with it, man.
Well, Collapse. Spirit in general should definitely know that there is some sort of triangle vision up there.
Still a very close fight. Spirit, I think, would like to come out ahead in this, considering they committed all their big cooldowns, and it was a fight behind their tier 1. So in theory, you have a big advantage in terms of positioning. Liquid just made some nice moves around the tower and showing the mobility of the cores, being able to go in and out with this Primal Ember. The skewer on Mickey bails him out towards the second half of that. If he goes down, that's a big kill because that's a streak on him as well. And I mean, that Magnus net worth is no joke.
Bounce on Nisha, follow up from Rue. Smoke screen can't hold him in place, so Nisha's fine.
Radon's been active this game.
He has.
Can't complain about that part. It will be a double diffusal lineup between the Riki and the Slark as well, so you're going to have to think about some mana burn coming out in these fights, particularly if you get locked in the cloud, you get pounced on, Ravage comes out, and there's going to be more sustain. Once we get into this mid-game, the sustain for Spirit will pick up, and then you can't really chip them away as effectively. We'll change how the team fights go down.
Amp damage. Nisha jumps to the Spirit for it. Got hit by the inhibit, but still had another remnant to jump to.
That's a super nice rune to get. Very good time in the game to be able to use it in a pivotal team fight.
Radiant structures are
Boxy trying to finish his blink right now on some stacks.
He's so close.
Yeah, he should have it here off the Ancients if he commits another Firefly. See if Rue goes in and steals some XP or last hits.
We've seen this combination a few times. The Bat Rider, Elder Titan. Blink Lasso
nice
into
duo.
Spirits with the minus armor.
I mean, ET's another one of these kind of backline 5s that wants an Initiator 4.
Yeah.
And Bat is the quintessential Initiator 4. Doesn't really get much better than this. You can also amp all of the Bat's magic damage with just the Spirit.
Yep.
Super nice combination. Dragon to Earth Splitter. Everything about these two heroes lines up really nice. The downside of the support duo is they can be a little slow to ramp up. They need a lot of levels, and their laning, at least over time, has been a little sus. I think in this version it's pretty good, but...
Oh, that smoke. It barely went off outside of the range of Rue.
This is a really nice smoke because you still have that amp damage on the Ember. It's just so strong right now. The ults are back up for Spirit, however.
They know this is coming. Boxy, he's going to break. Oh, okay, a lasso on Collapse. That's definitely not the best target. May still have the damage because of the amp damage to be able to kill him. Boxy gets the low ground. The Dazzle Spirit hanging around, helping out Collapse here, trying to put some damage down. But Nisha spotting the Dazzle body. It does get shallow graved up here. And now with the pounce on top of that, Nisha's going to be in trouble. Ravage up and instantly killed. Saberlight comes in, long charge, finally gets there, but the skewer is on the other side. They split targets entirely. They could have wiped him out maybe, but the result is just a flub from Liquid.
Don't even get Collapse.
They get nothing out of it, man.
I mean, Dazzle did so much work in this fight. He has beautiful position in the back. The projection goes out. It's in the middle of all of them. You look at the DPS here. It's all the Daz, man. 4K. He had 4 Shadow Waves go off in that fight, and I think some of them hit... Like, that last one hit Mickey on 3 or 4 targets. Everybody's just so clumped.
Yeah.
Insane amount of value coming out from Laurel. And that is... I don't know. I feel like when you go in there as Boxy, do you really want to commit Lasso on the Tide like that?
Absolutely not.
It doesn't do anything. just a bad target. I feel like you play it slower, you start putting some slices through with the amp damage, that fight could develop favorably for you. I think they just rushed it. I think you just have to back off a bit here and maybe try and bait Spirit into you a little bit, right? Instead of committing.
Sure, especially with Insania there on an area that is tough for Spirit to push into.
You also know your Primal's not here at the start, so you're likely getting outnumbered since you're deep in Spirit's territory.
I mean, this is the rough part. Mickey hits like a pretty decent skewer RP, but then Saberlight goes for collapse.
Yeah, they're splitting targets a lot.
And he gets juked too, even worse.
Not enough damage on this mag.
Back in real time though, Maposhka staying alive with the heals, and now the Shallow Grave comes in. Excellent timing from Laurel. Even if Maposhka dies here, it is just too much for Liquid. They have committed so much to be able to get this 1-5 position. Rue's a little bit low. Nisha doesn't have any mana. Somehow Collapse ended up on the high ground here, so had to TP out. Radon, he's got kind of free reign to do a lot here. Mickey tried to skewer him up to the high ground, doesn't quite hit it. And Nisha, who did get some mana back into play, is burned out once again.
It's another fight where Dazzle just gets to sit in the back and wreak havoc. So much committed for this Warlock. Another 5k damage fight for. He's just dealt 10k damage to Liquid in the last minute and a half.
Yeah.
This hero is incredibly strong in these types of games because, again, we're seeing at the pace that Liquid want to set with this mid-Ember. They want to take these skirmishes. They want to fight with the strength of Nisha, going in with some early fighting instant runes. Dazzle just counteracts that completely. Every time you slight, he waves, and his other spells tend to be stronger at this point in the game. Ag's already done with level 2 projection. This is scary for Liquid. They do not have good tools to deal with this Dazzle. Especially once that shard comes out. We see it later.
Yeah, and they just have no way to really burst the Dazzle.
You get a lasso on him, but like we've been seeing the positioning from Spirit, they have a Slark who can run interference. They have a Riki who can run interference.
And Mickey, feeling like he's forced into an RP, almost lets it loose there. He survives for now, but isn't terribly happy about it.
That's his nighttime for Radon. Mage Slayer, Diffusal done. He's just hunting back onto Mickey again. Gonna steal more stats out from this mag.
And Rue is just gonna follow them this entire time. I mean, he's gotten a lot of information out of Liquid, and he hasn't really been caught in the process of doing it. He's died in fights, but I feel like he's never been killed scouting Liquid out, you know?
Their catch for him on the map is pretty abysmal.
Yeah.
Again, a lot of this game is on Boxy to find openings, but you're up against two tough vision mechanics in the Riki and the Slark.
Oh, Mickey, you might be able to find an opening here. Harpoon, skewer back in. Tried to get the grab, so they used the RP once the Dark Pact is used to get rid of the grab, but now they're going to get ravaged up. Good use of the ultimate there from Insania. Kind of covers them with the Earth Splitter, got the lasso, trying to pull the Slark up, but he was pounced up, so he wasn't able to actually get up to that high ground. Boxy still slowed down, is just going to go for a TP up, but he's not going to make it. Collapse had the attack speed. Finishes him off. Nisha sees what a disastrous situation this is and cuts the midway.
You are missing a lot of damage right now. If you're Liquid, this Ember is just not pulling enough weight. The sustain from Spirit is starting to come online. Mage Slayer, Vlad's on the tide. This Dazzleag going to work. Even the Shadow Dance countering your RP, effectively more sustain. Warlock heal going off. You don't really have that much burst damage.
Yeah. They are going to have like a lot of minus magic armor between the Elder Titan and now Shiva's about to be picked up by Saberlight.
That is something they can play off of.
And Saberlight is the one that does all the magic damage for them. So it's going to be a heavy emphasis on Saberlight and what he can get done in a fight.
He has to get on the right target. Like, Liquid cannot split the damage too much in these fights. They need to focus targets down one at a time off the Primal or the Batrider stuns. And then if Spirit clump to try and bail that guy out, maybe then you get the big RP. But honestly, the RPs right now are not necessarily doing a lot. You don't have a huge amount of damage to pour into it yet. Need more stat items on this Mag and Ember. Map firmly in Spirit's hands, especially during this 5-minute nighttime period. They got a lot. They're going to get to Ags on Radon. And they're still hunting Boxy instead of the other way around.
And if they had, like, the anchor for Collapse dead in the water,
they just bought it. So that's going to be online too. And man, Maposhka has gotten so much gold.
Radiant's
He has the
middle
shard
tower
already.
is
He has
under
full
attack.
solar crest. He's almost more farmed this primal.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
That just ain't right.
Had some sick fatal bonds, been in some good fights, survived
Radiant's middle tower
in a lot
is
of
under
fights as
attack.
well.
14 assists.
Radiant are
Gets
scanning.
another D ward here. Add to his coffers as
Insania.
Insania. I don't know what he's doing back here, but not doing it for long.
Dire's top tower is under
Space
attack.
created.
I guess so.
Radiant's middle tower is
Trying to
under
get some
attack.
deep vision down, snipe some couriers. What?
Contract complete.
I mean, I don't know if you're sniping couriers with Elder Titan.
Yeah.
Not exactly the best hero for that task.
All right, Shiva's done for Saberlight, and they need all the team fight they can get because Team Spirit, I wouldn't be surprised if they take Roshan into consideration soon.
And the shard for Dazzle, Laurel just buys it out here. I feel like I expected to see
Whoa,
more of
harpoon,
this.
but he already blinked away. Got a poison on Nisha. He's in a bad spot for this smoke
that is
screen.
a
He is
really
backed
bad
into a
spot.
wall. This is really bad. Earth Splitter immediately goes out. Nisha does create enough space for him to get away, but he has been burned out of all of his mana. So this smoke move from Liquid is kind of ruined.
Yeah, it's gone. And this is going to give time for Radon to finish up his Ags. He's 200 off. Big little interval that Liquid were unable to capitalize on. Ricky continuing to play aggressive and scout things out. Knows he has potential Dazzle Grave plus Golem to bail him out if Spirit commit on him. Outside of the Bat Rider catches you. Foxy catches you, you're dead. But
Okay, I was about to say, Rue can't keep doing this forever. They got to get a punish eventually.
he strayed pretty far from the team.
It was pretty egregious how much info he was getting on Liquid, but
Ags for Radon's flying out right now, though, so I think Spirit are still happy to take a fight.
Skewer back onto the Tide Hunter. Tide does have Ravage. Trying to threaten him, get that Ravage out of him early. Lasso goes out onto the Warlock, but they hit the pounce, and now the Ravage, he's not going anywhere. That Warlock is going to be saved, and it's a fatal bounce on the 4 other heroes with the leash, the dead in the water. Now the Golem going to be dropped on Mickey's head, and they'll just catch the rest. Insania is going to die. Saberlight will TP out.
That lasso backfired so hard, and the second you're again trapped in there with all these melee cores getting bonds, nobody has a Dispel yet. That's the big thing. You don't have a single Dispel on any of Liquid's heroes. They're all halfway to being built, but you don't have them yet, so this bonds is just massive. Especially with Dazzle outputting all this AoE damage. Another fight that Laurel leads that damage chart with 4.5k. And it's just this projection going to work. You can't interact with it. Look at how far back his real hero is.
Yeah.
I feel like Liquid need to put a bigger priority on finding this Dazzle with the bat and kind of tunnel vision it, because these lassos on anybody else, that target's just going to get grave.
Yep.
The rest of the team is going to funnel in, clump for some big poison, shadow wave bonds, and you're kind of screwed.
Dire's courier has been killed.
Saberlight was trying to push out the top lane while they were doing Roshan. Sticks around a bit too long, gets caught in the process. Collapse hanging out bottom lane is going to be able to get the kill on Insania. He should die for this. Unless the Dazzle can get here in time. Laurel's on his way, but skewered in deeper and deeper. He blinks forward on Laurel. Laurel trying to get there. He throws out his Spirit, but it's too late.
He got close.
He did.
Blink plus projection. He got there pretty damn fast. Nothing you can do about that, though. And Gem already up on Radon. Miposhka will buy it with all that extra gold, so we're about to enter this next nighttime cycle. You have a Gem Slark with Ags and Aegis for 4 minutes. This is...
Mickey got himself stuck. That's really awkward.
Oh, yeah, let's all point at him and laugh.
Well, he's laughing at it himself.
Still trying to get this Manta up on the mag. BKB on the Ember, BKB on the Primal. Those are the 3 big Dispel / sustain items in the fight. But they're ways off. You cannot afford to lose too much right now if you're Liquid. Shard also up for Radon, so even more sustain and save coming into the Spirit lineup. In fact, they have 5 shards already. 5-0, Austin.
Okay.
Last I checked with my NA math, 5 is still greater than 0.
It's been that way for a while.
So they win. We can just end the game.
You do Tormentor when you have 5 shards. The game's just over.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, is it worth doing Tormentor?
It's still a lot of gold. But is it worth, like, over-rotating a lot of heroes to make it happen? No.
I mean, see, this is just Spirit being next level, right? They buy 5 shards. They're not pressured to do Tormentor. So every time you do it, they just go Roche or something. And they don't care because it's useless for them anyway.
Sure. Mickey. Manta finally picked up, but pounce after pounce. Smoke screen. It's really tough for this man.
Man, this Vision duo for Spirit has been owning Liquid on the map. They do not have heroes that can really stand their ground in this support duo.
Radiant.
Ricky just has so much free reign.
Looking at Nisha right now. Laurel could try and catch him with the projection Hex, but it would require somebody else to follow that disable up. And Radon, well, he's got Aegis. He's just going to barrel into the triangle and see what's there. Good stomp. Pounce does land in time. Earth Splitter just trying to slow Radon down, but Saberlight's looking pretty dead.
Just such an easy play for Spirit. Just a casual walk up from Radon. Just seeing what's there, starts hitting a hero, doesn't commit anything too heavily, always have that Aegis to bail you out, and it just turns into a primal kill. Because Liquid are not confident enough to try and bail Saberlight out of that situation. I think they're correct in that assessment.
And a lot of agility.
Oh yeah, 45 right now.
He can turn into taking a tower.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
This mid-game just did not pan out for Liquid at all. They did not get the good initiations, did not get the fights going their way. Spirit gave them no easy targets. That was the biggest thing. There's just so many abilities that can cover each other in a lineup versus a single initiator in this Bat Rider.
Yeah. And I think old Dazzle, Bat Rider would have a much better chance against. This Dazzle, I actually feel like Dazzle is a clear counter to the Bat Rider because you're so far back.
I mean, this
that
shot,
even if the Bat Rider gets you, it drags your body forward. It's not actually dragging it into his team.
Also, you have this shard.
Yeah.
So, I still think this hero is just fundamentally absurdly broken. I think when you have the ability to do stuff while you are disabled in Dota, it is extremely game breaking.
Tormentor into, yeah, 530 gold each. That was worth it. That was worth it, man.
Yeah, that's a lot of gold.
Trying to play on a high ground ward here. Liquid.
Radiant's middle
The
tower
Dazzle
is under
kind of showing there. Would have been a dream way to start the engagement if they ever could have found that initiation, but
He has
he's just
Lincoln's
so
now.
far away. Yeah, Lincoln's.
Can't even really last on that easily.
Yeah, Boxy would have to break it with Force Staff and then Lasso, and there's still the fact that he could just Shallgrave. So.
Still have nighttime for 2 minutes here. Radon finished an Orchid. He's ready to rumble.
Collapse, another hero that can kind of play fearlessly. Doesn't get hit by the pounce. Nisha, well, now he gets hexed up a little bit and then pounced after that, and his mana's going fast. Has to use his BKB. Radon sticks around for the Shrine. Liquid trying to guide Saberlight out of here. Saberlight gets the grab onto the Riki, sure, but he's surrounded by heroes. No way out of this, I believe. Laurel keeps him slowed. Does have an onslaught. He can get a charge, but only gets so far. Radon, quick to intercept. Gets yet another stack for himself.
Mickey did not want to commit into that fight at all.
Dire are
Ends up just
scanning.
watching Saberlight charge to his doom.
Dire's bottom
Did get on
tower
top of the
is under
Dazzle, though.
attack.
We'll give him that.
Yeah, that's step one. There's like 5 more steps to actually killing the Dazzle.
You know what else is a broken mechanic in Dota?
Go ahead, Avery.
Invulnerability.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Okay, like what?
Like nozzle projection.
Okay.
Am I convincing you yet?
I mean, I'm with you on the fact that Dazzle is broken.
I think this hero has.
I was
like,
I was with you
3
on that from day one when
He has 3 fundamentally broken mechanics. So
we played against it in one of those early pubs, and I was just like, oh yeah, this is broken, man. Oh, what a move from Radon. Saw that coming, managed to get the Orchid. Skewer goes out, yes, but he's still able to skirt on out of there. Depth Shroud, pounce. He's good. Nice quick reaction, though, to Boxy's attempted initiation.
Not as close as it gets here. It is just so hard to find anything with this bat. Your map is completely dark. You have one ward on this cliff bottom that just sees a neutral camp. That's the most vision you've got. I mean, I feel for Boxy in this game. Solo initiator versus a lineup with 4 saves, a Tide you can't go on, a Dispelling Slark with night vision. What are you supposed to do?
It is actually probably one of the worst Bat Rider games.
It's miserable.
You could possibly have. Insania, he's just running past heroes. But eventually he'll run to the big bad watermelon. RP into TP out. Nikkei will survive. Insania will not. And Team Spirit just collecting scalps and pushing in lanes.
What's going on here?
Does he realize he's being body blocked? Bounce. Radon doesn't have the spacing for it. BKB up next for Mikkei. I feel like that's... You get the BKB and you pray. Pray that you can finally get some sort of opening. They can't do anything with that, then...
Feels like
might be time to call GG.
They just got too much in this mid game.
It's been like
so much utility.
It's been like 7-8 minutes since they got their last kill.
I mean, how are they killing anybody in this game?
Yeah.
It just got to be BKB Primal. It's finished here and make some sort of teamfight magic happen with some big stomps, Earth Splitter, RP. I'd say you need to lasso somebody, but honestly, I don't know how you lasso anybody in this game, so maybe you just sit there with the bat and let the fight develop.
It's going to have to be a skewer opening, right? Get the skewer back.
I mean, he doesn't have blink, though. You can run in harpoon skewer somebody.
Play on a high ground ward. It's your only option then.
If you had a break, maybe you could just go on the Tide with lasso and break him as he gets dragged in. But you're nowhere close to that Primal Ags. This is a tough one. This is a tough one for Liquid. Try and find some sort of angle.
Smoke. They get a Spirit. They spot the Warlock. That's a great pickup. He's just dead right away. No Golem goes out. No Shallow Grave in time. BKB from Nisha immediately tries to get away from this Slark who has been menacing him this entire game.
All right, projection's going to go down.
Mikkei's looking for a pick now. He wants that harpoon skewer back. I'm not sure if he wanted the Tide, but now all he sees is the Tide.
In theory, Liquid have a little bit of an opening here. 5-on-4, no projection for the Dazzle.
Look at Spirit all set up on this high ground area, daring Liquid to walk into them.
They really can't find anything else. Just so dependent on this lasso. At least you found something there.
A second smoke.
Never refuse gold.
Spirit expecting Liquid to still be around, surely to contest for Roshan, but...
Well, there's a gem on that Primal. You do not want to die right now. It's your last hope for map control.
He's going to show on the mid wave and get cut from behind by Spirit. Instead, they run into the Elder Titan. Maybe saving Saberlight's life in the process.
This Slark has 15 permanent agi, by the way.
Yeah.
Kills are really adding up for Radon. 6-0, 15.
Saberlight. Gonna have to... Oh. I almost thought he was gonna have the BKB TP out, man. They knew he was around here somewhere. Just a random golem drop could have ended him and his gem.
Oh, Boxy got...
Boxy, whoo! Gets the regen rune, blinks away.
Was that necessary?
TP in from Insania. Back-to-back deaths for him, it would seem. Saberlight goes in after Radon. immediately regrets it, I believe, as the Basher's going to go to work here. He's got a BKB, is forced to use it, tries to get the grab. Depth Shroud goes down from Radon, and he just destroys Saberlight, man. Skewer on in, but the Golem still gets dropped onto the two heroes. Managed to get the RP onto the Slark. Immediately, Shallow Grave is going to be used, though. No chance of Radon dying, and he's got a lot of stats. Liquid have to get back to their base, but Collapse doesn't want to let them do so. Got the Dead in the Water onto the Mickey, and he's got the Ravage. If they try and save Mickey, he'll pop that thing and kill even more of Liquid.
Way too much survivability in this lineup for Liquid to deal with. They needed to win that early game harder and snowball. And this Dazzle was just a menace from early on. His damage numbers are out of control in this game. Just don't have enough heroes that can get on top of him. You don't have enough damage to punch through the front line here. That's another big problem.
Yeah. Doing more damage than Radon Slark, who has an extremely free game.
Yeah, he's 8-0-16. It's a disgusting stat line.
One full lane of barracks, and the Golem is still hitting bottom. So they can go, too. They have 30 seconds for it as well, but maybe they say it's unnecessary to do this. Just go back and do Roche.
I don't think they're under too much pressure here.
No.
Full Bloodthorn done for the Slark, full Octarine for the Dazzle. They both have their level 20 talents. Tidehunter working towards an Assault Cuirass. All these items just continue to scale your damage up and up and up. And those BKBs are not going to save you for long here. It's time to land a 5-man Echo Stomp. Let's see it.
That's kind of what they need.
Do you believe, Austin?
Point. No, not really.
Wow.
When is Spirit ever going to be clumped up in that regard?
You got to bait him with
Like-
something so stupid it confuses them.
Oh, and what amount of confusion gets Laurel to walk into the rest of his team?
Saberlight charges and cancels the charge halfway through, drops his Shivas on the ground, and like spins in a circle. And then Radon is so baffled by this terrible play that they all clump behind him.
Yeah, Laurel's like, oh, there's a Shivas on the ground. Blink. He blinks in to grab the Shivas. Ravage straight up on the Ember Spirit. No chance of the clump here.
All right, gotta drop the Shivas, man. You gotta do it.
It's time.
You gotta make something
uses
happen.
the Shivas, goes after the Dazzle, got the RP on. The Shalgrave is out, but it's only gonna last so long with the Elder Titan Earth Splitter in the middle of it. I think they've got him.
The Dazzle
is dead.
The
yes,
Dream.
and now they actually are doing it. Radon is not even hitting heroes at this point. Collapse is fighting for his life, surrounded by 5. Radon can go back in, surely. He can do a little bit of work. Gets grabbed. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Got grabbed into a lasso. Uh-oh. He's dead.
Didn't even have to drop the Shivas. What a team fight. And what an RP from Mickey. He got in there. He got 2 heroes, and he got 2 big ones there. Dazzle included. The spacing was just not there from Spirit this time around. And the buyback from Nisha. You get a lot of spells on cooldown. The Ember comes back in. He has a way for your fight. There was the clump, though. That was what Liquid needed. Spirit to just end up in the same general area so this AoE could go to work. Particularly that Elder Titan aura.
I mean, the fact that Mickey got this with just Skewer.
Yeah, it's massive. You find this real Dazzle on the backside and you center the fight around him.
Yeah.
Way different than the setup that Spirit have had before. And
Riki got 100-0'd as well.
at least
he got
Radon
stomped.
farmed that creep wave.
He got stomped, and then he got slight chained and was just dead because he had no armor.
I mean, the ET aura did a lot of work in this fight.
Oh, yeah.
Saw people getting chunked. Insania able to stay alive. It's massive for Liquid here. Setback in Spirit's plan, perhaps, as they not only lose that fight, they lose Roshan. Aegis to Nisha to reward him for the buyback. Amp damage on the Ember, and Revenant's Brooch finished.
Yeah, something to consider with this
Ember
Revenant's
covered.
Brooch combined with an Elder Titan, right? It's like turning your attacks into a magic attack when they don't have any magic armor and getting that 80%. That could be pretty intense if you don't have something like a pipe.
I mean, Brooch plus the aura plus the Shivas, combine it all together, ET aura on top. That sounds pretty nasty. You stole Spirit's gems, so you can finally get some map control. And you got Ags on the Primal. So now you can actually go on this Tide and mess him up.
Yeah, this is, I think Radon needs a
More
BKB
magic damage,
now.
too.
I think there's too much AoE magic damage.
Whoa, there, Austin. Slow down there, Austin.
Okay.
You don't, one does not simply tell Radon to buy BKB, okay? He will buy it when he wants to and when he's ready. Did you win 2 TIs?
Carry buys BKB.
Are you in the conversation of GOAT
maybe?
carry? I don't think so. So stop lecturing him, Caster.
Okay, I'll apologize. I deeply apologize.
Yeah, apologize to
Radon
him on Twitter after this game.
for even attempting to talk about his items. Talk about Radon's items like you talk about the weather, you know, just like whatever happens, happens. Can't control it.
He might want to BKB at some point.
Radiant
Oh, no.
Honestly, I don't think he's going to buy this game. I think, if anything, he goes Lincoln's over BKB. Because I think in his mind, he only has to dodge Lasso or Pulverize. And the more tools he has to do that, he's going to be able to exist in the fight.
Yeah, I don't know if I agree with that, but I understand the logic, but if he gets a Primal Beast on top of him with Shivas and a full Uproar stack, he can't just pounce out of that if the Primal Beast is literally on top of him.
Deceptive rune of invisibility.
Radiant's middle tower. is
Okay, but
under
what if he
attack.
just dies, but gets graved, and then
Radiant
heals back
are
up to full?
scanning.
He definitely could do that.
Now, not only does that not require you to have a BKB, Austin,
Uh-huh.
it is incredibly badass.
It would be badass.
And if we know anything about Yatoro,
Man, that man's badass.
he is badass. So that could be part of the logic reason.
Okay, all right. I like it. Style over substance. That's what I always say.
Big smoke from Liquid. They got that Tormentor. They have a lot more damage. Silver Edge on Mickey as well. So double break available. Have to watch this on the Tide. Could open up a Lasso or RP. Just finish him completely. See if Collapse is ready for this.
With the Aghanim Scepter, Nisha on the hunt. Spotted the Riki. Saberlight got vision of him through his gem for a second there as well, but Riki's just so mobile.
There's another gem on Rue right now. 2 on the side of Liquid. So if Spirit lose this one, they're going to be out of the gem for a long time. Would be a massive blow. And Collapse is almost 25.
I wonder what...
Is he actually the highest level in the game?
No,
he
he's
is.
not. Mickey is 24.
No, Collapse is 25.
Oh, he
was a higher 24. Yeah.
Holy.
How do you get so high level?
I don't know, but he's got the 50% chance.
Yeah, he took the
Anchor Smash on attack.
Now that's badass.
That's badass.
That's a badass talent.
Oh
thing. Like,
my god.
This is a game where you're like, you know, an extra second of stun on this Ravage is not insignificant. But he just lets to go in there and smacks. He has AC Satanic.
Yeah, dude.
With
He's
the
got a
item
lot
break.
of attack
Oh
speed.
my. He's got a shiv. This man's ready to punch some kids in the face right now.
Oh, Radon almost gets grabbed there by Saberlight. Quick reaction, though. Got up the Shadow Dance. Spotted the Bat Rider.
Yo, that shiv's coming for you.
Dead in the water. Gotta be careful. They have to lasso him to save their lives, but they're grouped up for a golem
That
and
club.
a Ravage. They are clumped up big time. This is nasty. RP is still gonna get used. Managed to get
What is
grabbed there on the side under Rue. Oh, jeez, Mickey. He dies. Tried to Silver Edge his way out of there. Niche is back into play. Picks up the gem. Goes for a TP out.
The
But
basher.
got bashed. Jumps to his spirit. He's got more remnants. He's fine.
Yeah, he's good here.
But Liquid is not fine. That was a nasty clump up, man.
Dude, that was absurd. They surrounded Collapse point blank, like some sort of sacrificial ritual totem, and it did not pay off. This is not the guy you want to surround when he has Anchor Smash, Attack Anchor Smash, AC Shivas.
Radiant structures
Satanic
are
for
That's why you don't need BKB, Austin. You see, they had the plan. Send somebody in, grave them, they heal back up to full.
Was the idea there that they were going to break the Tide and 100 to 0 him?
Yes. And the grave just foils all that because he can heal so much during that grave.
Yeah.
Like, I think Satanic Anchor Smash.
Let's go.
He's so big, dude.
Who needs Radon?
I'm the
Big
carry
man
now.
collapse. He'll take him on.
Yo, Yatoro.
He's just swinging on the building.
You should have gone
He's
to the
ignoring
gym.
everything else.
You should have gone to the gym and instead of playing pubs, you damn nerd. This is how real Giga Chad carries the game.
He's ripped. He's swole.
Oh my god. Collapse just suck it, Neil.
Neil, I don't want this here. Nor do I want the Tinker here. No, it's fine. You can leave it. I was just saying.
What's your beef with Tinker, man? He's got a cool cowboy hat.
You know I hate Tinker.
Can we get a zoom in on
You
Tinker,
know
please?
it's my most hated hero. And I think that's the entire reason you decided to glaze Tinker at the start of this cast.
Can we get a hero portrait zoom in on Tinker? Apparently we can't.
I'm not going to look. Yeah, that's good. The hero's an abomination.
Oh, there it is.
It makes people angry.
Oh,
Just him being on screen.
Look at him. He's so cute.
No, he's not.
Got his little hat. His little machines. Look at him go, man. He's just a little guy living his best life in the Dota world, you know?
Just a chill guy. Just a chill scientist.
Aggressive blood grenade. Look at him go. Sends a message. Naposhka is laughing it off, but you gets the last laugh here as
He's laughing because he's facing a 5-position Tinker. He's like, what is this guy doing? What are you going to march the machines me?
that could be true. Yeah, that could be true.
This clown has blood grenaded me into what?
Whoa, clown. Who you calling clown?
Tinker. Not Insania. Love that guy. Though him picking Tinker.
Okay, I'm just saying the last time I heard
questionable.
somebody call a professional TI winner a clown was Sammy Boy calling Jerax a clown. I never heard from him again. So you're in dangerous territory. That's all I'm going to say about that. I have a lot of faith in Collapse right now after that previous game.
Because he's matched up against a support Tinker?
Maybe. But I don't know. I think he's just cooking. And we have seen some Night Stalkers pop off in recent games. This
Yes,
hero's
sir.
impressed me. He did take the Voidbringer instead of the Night Ring.
Yes, sir.
So that is an interesting choice here. Makes the early laning a lot worse, which is something we saw teams getting better at playing around. Maybe a bigger payoff in terms of farming and fights.
And yet, oh, nice 2-man stun. Blood grenade. It might still get the kill.
they got
Void's
him.
up in a second. Fairy Fire goes off, but they've slowed him down with a Void to get the kill. First blood, it goes to Rue.
Night Rain for what? Collapse doesn't need it. He'll just force his way to victory anyway.
Believe Nat was excited to see what the support Tinker would do. Nat, I hope you're seeing exactly what support Tinker can do. You grief your lane.
Well, that's an unfair judgment.
Really? Was it?
Yeah, he's only level 1, man. Okay, big march.
Yeah, level 1. He uses his spell. It goes on cooldown for 35 seconds.
Got that range creep, though.
No disable.
Got that range creep.
No damage. He secured a range creep. Something literally like 80% of the support pool could do for you.
Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't deny it there, to be honest. Saberlight getting beat up bottom. There's a field here. You want to man up?
Done trying to finish him, but
This is a tough lane for the Bristle, especially with Glimpse. You get chased down the lane with Gyro with some barrage and then Glimpse back in, you're just dead. This top lane's not going so well for Liquid early. This is not a game you want to lose both side lanes in. I don't know if Nisha can really bail you out with this Pango. He gets 6-minute power rune, he can maybe bail out one lane, but it's still expensive.
yeah, why can't he bail out the side lanes?
So I don't think he's going to have the HP. I think Glesh is a matchup where you get chipped a lot.
Okay. Okay.
So I'm just thinking about his resources come 6 to 8 minutes, especially if he loses the power rune, I don't think he's going to have the resources. If he gets it, you will be able to move him somewhere. It's still an expensive move. And, you know, Laurel could respond or whatever. It's also going to be a nighttime interval. So are you going top at that point? Versus the Night Stalker? That's a little spooky.
Saberlight finally gets run down the bottom lane. He did have a Lotus. They got Lotus on both sides there for Liquid.
Something to fall back on. This top lane has just been up so far the whole time. There's just no pull action going on for Insania on that small camp. He will finally get a pull to the big camp. Interrupted by Rue. He'll punish him a little bit for it, but still no pull on this lane as a Tinker feels
Radiant's bottom tower
super bad. Mickey just had to CS up here the whole time.
Are you saying because the hero has an ability that pushes out the lane as a support that he needs to have a pull, otherwise he ruins the lane?
Yes, like many supports, Austin, he has a wave push mechanic, but more importantly, he wants a lot of XP. Because he's not a traditional lane dominator. He is a
What
teamfight spellcaster.
what supports are pushing out the lanes like Tinker? Accidentally push out the lane.
Warlock's a classic
Warlock.
example.
All right.
Witch Doctor.
A hard lane winner. Witch Doctor?
Yeah.
Really? You're putting level 1 cask out there
Witch
as
Doctor's in there.
the big lane
Winter
push?
Wyverns sometimes does it a little bit.
Okay. Ain't nobody who does it as effectively and yet ineffectively as
Keeper of the Light.
all of those heroes are using it. They get a kill and push the lane inadvertently.
What about Coddle?
Tinker pushes in the lane and misses kills.
What about Coddle?
I mean, if you're
Gotta get that range creep with the blast,
if
you know
your
what I'm
Coddle
saying?
showing up the lane and blasting the creep wave
Yo,
in,
I'll
you
tell
must
you
have
one
a game plan.
When I'm playing Coddle, I'm always coming in blasting. You know what I'm saying?
I know. That's your motto. I know.
We're about to hit that nighttime. Glimpse on bottom again. These side lanes are just not fun for Liquid right now, and they're about to get less fun. We could easily see a TP top with this Disruptor for Glimpse on Mickey with how far this lane's up. That's the danger here, especially as the nighttime. You better march that lane in. Thank God you got Tinker here. You know what I'm saying?
March.
Yeah, here it is.
Coming in
I mean,
from
this
behind.
This is just a guaranteed kill, I think. I don't think you can escape this if you're Mickey. Might even get both if you save
Help
the
him,
clips.
Insania.
Oh, this is...
Insania, cast one of your really super good spells.
That was just perfect play from Aposhka. Perfect time, perfect read. And I'm surprised
Dire's middle
Liquid
tower
were still
is
up
under
that far because that's just easiest gank of Aposhka's life. Downside of not getting that pull up, downside of that small camp being blocked the
Foxy
entire
needs
time.
to hit this. Blood grenade into the calling, into the dead shot, back in. They get the punish on Radon at least.
That's important. You have to find some sort of trade-off here because this game is starting to get away from you. This Sven has a really slow start. He's already been forced into the jungle. Empty lane top for the Night Stalker. 6-minute power rune, super important for Nisha.
I mean, he's got Rolling Thunder against two heroes that Diabolic Edict. How effective can it be? Yeah, he's just going to die to it. Picks up the haste rune on Nisha.
Big victory.
Rue, it was taken on the top rune, arrives too late to help the situation.
Power the Tinker.
Dire's structures are
The
fortified.
Tinker was literally just a body.
Dude, he marched. He did some work in that.
Don's getting a lot. Yeah, this is going to force out some TPs.
Yeah.
Rue's going to need to get a really good shards here. A snowball to pull him. Oh, they snowballed onto the bristleback.
The goo reset.
It did. Got rid of all that minus armor. That will severely limit the damage. Here's Saberlight. He'll get glimpsed. Boxy's going to get run down by Collapse here. Try to get a neutral creep tonight. Didn't work. Now the question is Saberlight, does he have enough? I mean, he's got Quills maxed.
He's just so low mana.
Radiant's bottom tower is
He's
under
got Wand charges.
Oh,
Oh, he's going to go gate. Snowball stops him, and there he goes.
Man, solid rotation for Collapse. Already level 6. 3-0-2 start for the Night Stalker. I told you this man's cooking. I told you,
Radiant's
Yes.
bottom tower
do not
is under
bet against
attack.
Collapse when he's locked in.
Radiant are scanning.
Locked in. He is.
Wisdom Shrines got split. That's good for Liquid. They need the experience for the Tinker right now.
Does that hero have a really good ultimate?
Radiant's
Yeah,
middle
it's
tower
Defense
is
Matrix
under
level 4.
attack.
That's his ult.
That's a good ult.
Yeah, it's a really
I
good.
like that ult.
You're just a Tinker hater, aren't you? God, man.
Yeah, you know that.
Why didn't you tell me this before we do that stupid quiz? Could have gotten that one right.
What? No, I was guessing for you, remember? Sven!
Nobody remembers. Yeah, this map's just crumbling right now. This is a classic lineup, by the way. Disruptor, Night Stalker. This goes all the way back to...
Vici Gaming. 2015, 2014, somewhere in there. ESL 1 New York is, I believe, the tournament they won. They won it largely off of Disruptor Night Stalker. It's one of the very rare Dota eras I remember.
Wait, what? ESL New York?
Yeah,
Not
I don't know.
won
If
by Vici.
they didn't win that tournament, but they got second. They did really well.
Part of me feels like you just made all that up, but it kind of sounds real enough.
Well, that's all it takes, Avery.
Dire's bottom tower is under
Almost
attack.
level 6 on Aposhka. If you get a kill here, Static Storm opens up. But Nisha here to bail out the fight. Oh,
Rolling
big snowball.
around. Chain stun, perhaps.
Radon's gone.
And Saberlight can still chase down Rue as well, but Laurel is here. The Diabolic Edict. But there's no creeps or anything. Oh, the shard! He got bumped up.
The trade.
And now with the Diabolic Edict on cooldown, they could go for it. Laurel's got a little bit to work with, and when it comes to mana, Snowball pick up the full Snowball, but Collapse is here. Can he bail this out? The silence goes out, but he has enough damage. He just right-clicks down Nisha, now takes out Moxie, running for more. The glimpse back onto Insania. Collapse is feasting out here.
Dude, the belt is off right now. The hits are coming. No mercy for Liquid. Almost level 8. 5-0 and 5 start for this Night Stalker. That is terrifying. This is a tall mountain to overcome. I mean, you're looking at those KDAs too. The two supports, 0 deaths between them, Austin. He combined 5-0 and 13 to start this game in the first 10 minutes.
Yep.
A support masterclass.
Oh, yeah, I'd be doubting myself. They did win 2014. That was the one with black on it.
Oh, that Vici.
Yeah.
Oh, how about the other one? Okay. I thought you were talking about the Fenrir Vici. Remember that lineup? What about the Thylar Vici gaming?
Rolling Thunder doing work again. Team Liquid.
Okay.
Maybe the lanes were crumbling, but now that we're outside the laning phase, they're finding all sorts of kills.
Yeah, as good of a game as Collapse is having, Nisha is one-upping him here. Level 9, 4-1, and 2. Diffusal done for this Pango. And what are the answers for the Pango? You either catch him in a Static Storm, catch him in a Crippling Fear, or the Rolling Thunder has a free reign. So Nisha putting this game on his back right now, trying to create space for Mickey to recover in the jungle, which is happening, and you will hit daytime. Oh, nice glimpse.
Static Storm, Leshrac TPing in, should be able to get, instantly silenced. That makes things a little awkward. And with the minus armor building up from Saberlight, Deadshot back in, he just TPs into death. Where's the rest of the team? Radon's here now, but it's too late for that. If anything, Radon's got to be careful, man. Drops the ultimate. That's going to do some damage, clearing out the wave as well, which is nice. It'll protect the tower at least. But it hurts Radon's farm. Okay, doesn't protect the tower. That thing was one hit.
And Team Liquid tanky with these frontliners. Nothing to glimpse back there. You get a big team fight, win a big tower, space for the Sven and the Tinker to farm. Now, this is the one thing about Tinker. You might not like the hero, but he farms incredibly fast.
He does.
And if he gets any sort of downtime in these games where he doesn't die in a fight, he will outfarm you. He will get a lot of heal up, and he will be a huge problem in the later fights.
He will. And he's going to be stacking up the triangle a little bit. We're going to see him go Holy Locket first, which was the build because the passive makes it so it re-ups faster, right? He'll get the kill on Saberlight in return at least, but Laurel is... that man is poor. He is now the poorest core in the game. Insania might catch up to him, man.
Yeah, this Lesh God decimated 6 deaths.
In 12 minutes? Off of a winning lane?
Yeah, I don't know. This game just went so wrong. He died every fight. Keeping in and died. Acceleration death. Get another grab here. Quick pick off.
They popped Dark Ascension. I assume they want full control of this mid area so they could take the tower. Collapse is looking for more heroes.
Yeah, I was looking for vision for the glimpse on anybody straggling along. Liquid might defend this with Dark Ascension halfway done. Glimpse not to base. And March will defend this tower. Tinker shows his promise yet again.
Bless you, Tinker.
Straight into the farm. This is going to be a 2-minute daytime interval. Maybe you pop ult going into that, but some weakness for Spirit on the map right now as, man, these Liquid cores are farming fast. Shield Rune currently up for Nisha. They're smoking him in.
They're running to Mickey.
Could go Wisdom Shrine here.
With daytime, they absolutely can contest that.
That would be a big win if you get both Wisdom Shrines here. Collapse just chilling. But you can't chill here. You're going to lose your Wisdom.
Does he know this is happening? What's going on?
Yeah, either you respond here with your team fight if you're Spirit, or
go somewhere
Get the
else.
other lanes out. Something.
I mean, he's not even farming like these neutral camps in the back.
Yeah, they're just conceding a lot of space and time. He's going to casually look at it. But
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Dangerous to do with your daytime vision being as bad
Dire's
as it
middle
is.
tower is under attack.
All right, double shrines for Liquid. That puts them up
Radiant's top tower
in
has fallen.
experience and gold.
yeah, they recovered that
Dire's
early game
bottom
really
tower
well.
is under attack.
Block gets done for the Tinker.
Regeneration.
Well, teamfight's coming online. Still have 30 seconds daytime if you want to look for some quick pickoffs. You ideally want to get this tier 1 bottom. That's the biggest move Liquid could make. And would not be surprised to see them smoke this Pango into that bottom lane. Look for the fight there.
Bottom tower is under
Ideally,
attack.
if you are always fighting into Spirit, it's better because then you're not letting Spirit run into you and glimpse people back. Generally, just going into Disruptor lineups is favorable.
Yeah, I mean, I can kind of see that. At the same time, isn't it easier to play against a Night Stalker, playing more towards your towers, your side of the map, your vision?
Yeah, there's a decent argument here. Liquid are stronger in a defensive fight at nighttime, stronger in an offensive fight in day.
Dire's top tower.
They get
Unfortunately,
control over the... Okay, Collapse goes through the gate, runs immediately into all these Liquid heroes, but he popped Crippling Fear. Is okay for now.
Oh, they're eyeing up Nisha. Did they see him here?
They're going to try and get him. Radavatos into the
what a
Static
grab.
Storm, Split Earth, and all in from Laurel. Insania's trying to heal him up. Big heals coming out. The Snowball is after him, and they pull him back in with the Glimpse to finish him off. No Rolling Thunder in this fight, but they focus so much attention onto the Pangolier. Are they going to be able to win the fight afterwards? Insania being got him by Collapse. Collapse feeling like he can't finish the job, starts backing away. 4 for 4, both mids dying.
This Tinker's
Team
hard to
Spirit
play.
only have so much more time on the Dark Ascension.
There's a lot of levels. 3 points in the Matrix, Rocket Machines. It's a lot of sustain. You got to respect it here.
Starts going for backline, hits Boxy. Tries to finish him off with a snowball coming in from Rue. A punch up in the air. Boxy getting low, but it got off the calling. And now these two are in trouble. Collapse might still be able to get the kill. They're running after Rue at the same time. Mickey took a lot of damage from the gyrocopter. Another glimpse up in 4 seconds. Collapse in some trouble. Chain stunned up and
It's a big streak.
chase down. A goo on him. Rolling Thunder. It goes out to hit Laurel.
it's gonna
They're going to
die
try and
again.
get a die on... This Leshrac has died so many times, man. He's got no game whatsoever at this point.
Just a feed machine.
Radiant's bottom
They take the tower. They have control of the Tormentor area. Collapse really can't do anything to stop this now.
I've never seen Laurel have such a bad early. I mean, we're talking a death every 2 minutes here. Just off cooldown, basically. Brutal for him. He has nothing. He has literally nothing in this game.
He has been passed up by the Tinker.
I mean, that's what the Tinker does. This hero is still incredibly broken as a support if you get away with it. Even you cannot deny
is
that.
under attack.
No, I 100% agree.
He just wins you team fights.
I wouldn't hate the hero if I didn't think it was strong in some capacity.
Look at this, Collapse has to run away. It's like, I don't want any of that. Can't do anything. You have Warp Flare, you have shields, you have Locket, sit and march.
Boxy, he bumps into Maposhka. Immediate calling ults, but the glimpse sends him away.
Spirit in a little bit of trouble here, despite that early game from Collapse. They are decently far behind. And the team fights do not look easy.
Oh, and amp damage is a nice pickup, though. He's going for double runes. 18-minute about to spawn as well.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Looking for a glimpse here, maybe?
Well, I don't know if you want to glimpse the bristleback.
I mean, this is such a big streak on Collapse. Feels like if he goes down, this game is just going to break open.
Yeah.
Quick smoke from Liquid. They are ready to fight. Mech done on the Tinker. Halberd done on the Bristleback. There's a lot of HP in this lineup right now.
Scan.
And you have very limited damage in Spirit. We saw how much it took for them to bring the Pango down in that Static Storm. This Gyro just can't join in the fights and stand his ground to help deal DPS.
Good scan from Spirit. Oh, Mickey's going to walk into this. The amp damage is going to expire here, but the Dark Ascension is still plenty of damage with the tag team. Too much physical damage for Mickey.
What a
He can't
pickoff.
get off the war cry. He will die to this physical.
That is a very clutch pick off the end of this game. He gets the courier too. Just as Liquid were finding all the momentum in the group up, they find an isolated Mickey with a nice position on the map, and now they're hunting for more. You still have that night vision from the Ascension.
Yeah, still getting a lot of info here. Maposhka and Radon playing it slow, waiting for the opening here. With a jump in from Rue, maybe they see this. Boxy's going to be target. The ultimate coming in with the Rod of Atos. There's a Rolling Thunder in the back that's causing some chaos. Certainly going to be hard for Rue to deal with. The Collapse is actually taking so much damage. Static Storm does go out, catching a lot of these heroes inside. But the damage is done, Collapse is dead, and that is 1,000+ gold for Liquid for that kill.
Dude, his Dark Ascension wore out and he fell into that ice shards. He just got stuck there in the Rolling Thunder. Yeah, big streak for Liquid to collect. And it all goes to El Saber Lighto. Gets 1,000 gold from those 2 kills alone.
And his Blade Mail pickup is going to be massive, man. They have so much AoE, uncontrollable damage, less Gyrocopter, Disruptor even.
It's going to feel great. It feels like Liquid's itemization here is a lot easier than Spirit's.
That shard's like literally just killed Collapse. I don't
Did
even
not
know what
look
the
too
shards
happy
was
about it.
intended to do. Collapse is probably pissed about that one, man.
I mean, he was having a perfect game here. At some point, this gyro is going to have to swing the game for Spirit. Until then, Liquid are going to have continue to have their fun in the fights because the damage is just not there.
I mean, can you even swing the game? Doesn't the Sven match up timing-wise pretty well against the gyro?
Yeah, I think it's a completely fine matchup for the Sven. I think Sven is extremely happy when he's ahead in this matchup. If you just jump the gyro and burst him completely. It used to be you could go some like butterfly timing on this gyro or an Ag Satanic build and kind of survive the Sven. But honestly, I think Sven usually just gets the better of you. Warcry is very good for Slack as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, I favor Mickey here. And I think even ultra late, 6-slot Sven is no joke.
Give
Easily
Aegis
burst someone down.
to Nisha. Mickey with a BKB certainly doesn't need it. Got to protect Nisha from the threat of the Static Storm. And I guess the Night Stalker silence as well. There's some problems there for sure.
Dire's top
I mean,
tower
Nisha's
is
just
under
your
attack.
initiator, so he's going to go in first versus a bunch of AoE silence. Give him 2 lives to do it on.
And all of these towers, well, I guess the mid tower got taken, but the side lane tier 1's still up for Liquid.
Power
In large part because of this obnoxious hero.
He's having a great game on Stinker, memes aside.
Yeah, he's got Holy Locket, Mech, and soon-to-be Glimmer Cape. He is going to provide so much survivability to his team that this kind of spread damage of Leshrac and Gyrocopter is going to look really bad unless the target is purely isolated by a glimpse or something.
As long as Liquid don't give any easy pickoffs here, the entry of the fight is not easy for Spirit. They have no real true initiator. It is only that glimpse. So you just stay together, play around your frontliners. I don't really know how Spirit start a fight. You have to either just get to BKB timing and be able to run in,
Radiant's
get an
middle
Ags
tower
on
is
Tusk,
under attack.
some point ultra late. The Leshrac is able to frontline more and start fights with the Atos into the Split Earth. But Laurel had no game, so he is just on pure recovery duty, which, yeah, this hero can recover. It's a Leshrac. Just gotta take some time. And that Shiva's Bloodstone is, I think, when he can start the frontline more, it's just so far away. Another smoke from Liquid. They want to fight with this Aegis. Have a shield rune on Nisha as well.
Are they going to go through gate? If they do...
It's an awkward move, though, because you still have this tier 1 top, so it's really unlikely that Spirit are playing around here with the limited control they have, unless they're hitting the tower. It's another 2-man smoke with Rue as well behind.
Oh, they might spot. Yeah, Radon on the low ground. Hop down with the Tumbler Toy. Rolling Thunder. This Gyrocopter is dead. There's no way out of this one, and if they're lucky, they can maybe chain stun up Collapse. Now he gets over the high ground area. Tough for Nisha to be able to catch him that well.
And you got what you came for. Long path for that smoke, but you get the carry.
And again, as long as you stay grouped up, this Dark Ascension will be wasted. Okay, he got him.
I mean, honestly, as much as Night Stalker in theory is good versus Tinker in terms of finding him, he's really bad at the playstyle, which is just group up, push or fight objectives, and sit together under AoE heal plus shields plus Locket Mech Glimmer, right?
Yeah.
Night Stalker is really bad against that type of game plan, so Collapse is suffering right now, finding entries into the fight.
Nice little pickup there from Rue. Killed Mickey's couriers. That denies the harpoon from being completed, which makes that Gyrocopter versus Sven matchup a bit better for this little window of time, but you could see Liquid, they feel like they are untouchable.
This Tinker is making them untouchable right now. You need nullifiers for this hero too, and it's a very expensive item that you're not close to getting on anybody. Well, I think only Collapse can get it, and you would have to skip BKB.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Glyph used, but Liquid is not backing down. They wait for the next creep wave, take the tier 3s. Spirit are giving all this up, it looks like.
I mean, again, what is your entry to the fight? There isn't one.
It is waiting for Liquid to be satisfied with what they have and then trying to get a glimpse on one of them.
Still have Aegis for 50 seconds, too.
Radiant's top barracks has fallen.
I just don't think there is an entry here. I don't think it's a matter of finding one. I think it doesn't exist. You just have to keep trading on the map. Need Shivas on the Leshrac for sure. You probably need a nullifier. And then maybe with the gyro joining you, you can just triple man up and try and burst somebody down with nullifier. Plus some extra spelling. It's kind of all I'm seeing right now.
Yeah. I mean, surely Voidbringer makes this matchup. You're talking about his matchup versus the Tinker, right? Playstyle-wise. The AoE clear, wave clear that Voidbringer gives you has to be pretty nice.
I mean, it definitely feels better than Night Rain at this point, but it's still not something that gives you entryway into the fight. It's not breaking the fight open.
Yeah.
And that is what Spirit lack right now. They're going to make a smoke during this nighttime interval. They have Ascension, where Dawn will join them, and they finish the Shivas on the Leshrac with an amp damage rune. So this Lesh is doing a lot more damage now. He can just run in, and you have a decent chance of bursting Nisha out if you can find him.
It breaks, Collapse, doesn't immediately pop the Dark Ascension. If he did, he might have spotted the Tinker in the trees there. But as it stands, Liquid, it's just kind of play this high ground. Maybe they're going to wrap all the way around on Spirit. Saberlight's
in the corner.
Saberlight's really trying to get them to go on this Bristleback. He's trying to be the front line, trying to get information for his team.
Wants to find the Pango.
He is...
Or the Tinker.
Yep, he spots the Tinker.
Look at this position.
They're going to go for it. Rue jumps in, and the ultimate being dropped by Radon. Just one fell swoop. Liquid, they're being assaulted by this combination of cores, but they do manage to get off what they needed to. Nisha got off the Rolling Thunder, and now the fight is going to break apart for Spirit with the chain stun happening on Radon. Mickey goes to work, just delivering the damage required. Laurel attempted a splitter. That amp damage is not going to do him much good anymore because he is dead. Sven, too much damage, and if they save this kill for him, yeah, give him the rampage.
Mickey finding his mark. Overwhelming amount of damage. Collapse just got chunked. No halberd misses in that fight, and it was a solid attempt from Spirit there. They were trying to control the Bristleback with kinetic fields while the cores went on the back line.
Yep.
But ultimately, the Lesh could not get there with the Gyro plus the Night Stalker. If they had all three cores on that spot somehow, I think they win that fight. But without the DPS from the Leshrac, they got everybody to about half, and half is not good enough.
No.
Saberlight's positioning was really good. Liquid pivoted around that Bristleback on that hill really well, put him between the team and the rest of the back line. Just made it really hard for Spirit to get all their cores on the same target. I'm not sure how you were gonna get Laurel, here's the thing. I think he has to just run past his Bristol, but you're getting gooed up. You don't have BKB. Super awkward.
Laurel, harpoon, and death.
Dude, he's just been food.
Yeah.
The best thing that happened for him in this game is he killed Nisha in the last fight with Edict from the grave. It's like...
Yeah,
that's Tinker in a nutshell. Even when you catch him, you don't catch him.
Yep. Tinker was big reason. Oh, got the jump on Nisha once again. They just are trying over and over again. All in on Nisha, stop the Rolling Thunder, and maybe they have a chance. And this time they do manage to get that kill, but they can't really challenge Mickey for now. With the God Strength still going, the BKB, they back off now.
Gotta look for a glimpse.
But Saberlight, they can't afford to let Saberlight build up all this goo on him at the same time.
Still Dark Ascension available.
He does. He's back up against the wall here. He could play around these high grounds pretty nicely. Harpoon goes out. Now he uses the Dark Ascension. Can his team help him out here?
Gotta stall for the Leshrac to get back to this fight. Keep looking for the glimpses. No God Strength on Mickey means you can win this over the long run.
Another glimpse back. The spin. Rod of Atos. Splitter Earth attempting. No, the Force Snap puts him right in range of Radon. He gets that kill. Now he used the Harpoon to go after the Night Stalker. Cleared a bit away. He's not sure whether to go in or out. The kinetic field is holding him in for Laurel to start going to work. Finally, the damage comes through from Spirit, and they can break Liquid in this defensive fight.
See if they can clean up everybody here. Glimpse on Saberlight brings him back in, but Nighttime has worn out.
And Nisha's coming back in. He might be able to bail out Insania. I'm not so sure about Saberlight. Saberlight's looking pretty damn dead.
That might be it.
Yep.
Liquid, they get caught in a fight where you just can't get out with the constant glimpses, and you didn't have the best formation in order to protect that backline. Collapse, just kiting them out. Finally, Laurel's able to do something because he died so early.
That is
that he
true,
can come back at the second half.
When the enemy has no resources, when God's Strength is on cooldown.
God's Strength being down was really what opened the fight for him to just run in and be a beast. And honestly, this Tusk is maybe the saving grace of this fight for Spirit, because I don't think they're killing anybody without the extra burst damage that the tag team plus the punches is providing.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think Radon is doing that much damage unless he's hitting a guy while tag team's going to work on the Pango initially. It's giving them a lot of extra physical burst damage that they otherwise would lack. So the lineup is coming together for Spirit when they need it to. The net worths don't look too bad, but that was kind of worst case scenario for Liquid. A fight that got stretched over a lot of terrain that Tinker couldn't cover everybody. Kind of runs out of mana towards the end. Heroes are getting glimpsed out of position. Your God Strength runs out. Your Pango died first. It's a lot of things that have to go right for Spirit to win that team fight.
They're going to get more tankiness. Insania with the pipe, but also Gale Guards picked up on 2 heroes for Liquid. And make matters worse, this is looking like a guaranteed Aegis, especially if Rue can't sneak up with his Glimmer Cape and get any vision.
Valiant attempt, but falls short. Yeah, this is going to be Aegis, double BKB pipe. Radon did pick up Revenant's Brooch to try and punch through the Sven armor.
Not a bad idea, no doubt.
But now you have a bunch of magic resist, so
yeah.
There's just no easy itemization here for Spirit. I mean, Disruptor Ags would be the most straightforward high-impact item here. Miposhka trying to get there. He's not far off.
I mean, both their support Ags would go a long ways.
For sure, yeah. The 2 support Ags will change how you can take fights drastically if you can get to them. Because then you can displace someone from the ball, and Static Storm prevents a quick follow-up or just lets you all in a target easily.
Yeah.
They're just really expensive here. And
do you think that this Ags pick?
Oh, Ags is done actually from.
Yeah, he's got it.
Okay, that's huge. You don't have the initiation with the Tusk kick or anything, but you can just lead off with a punch into this Ags drop.
Can you go for the Bristleback or this Sven, right? Because before they're going on Nisha, Nisha's got Aegis.
They're clumping these cores right now.
They're gonna, oh no, the punch missed and he got off the BKB.
Killed a creep?
He did kill a creep. He got that creep.
Oh boy. That is not the opportunity you want to fumble right now.
Labs might have a few words to say about this after the game. He pops the Dark Ascension, trying to get the glimpse back onto Mickey with his BKB on cooldown. That's a relatively easy kill. Saberlight's also very low here. Buyback going to be used by Rue. He wants to catch more heroes. Nisha, meanwhile, is Rolling Thunder's on cooldown, so he is not in the best fighting shape either. Collapse is going to be in their face, giving vision. They should be able to just get more and more glimpse pickoffs. It's the two supports. Now they got the... Oh, nice use of the roll up there from Nisha. He dodges the glimpse pullback. The other two cores will survive.
Perfect timing on the nullifier for Collapse. That's why they go for that play. No BKB on Mickey. You pull him in, you nullifier him. Nothing the Tinker or anybody can do about it. And now that Bloodstone's done on the Lesh, Spirit are getting to the late game items here. Did Liquid fumble the bag in that mid game?
Yeah, they might have.
Leading out too many kills, you have this Disruptor Ags. It cost you a Tusk buyback, but he wasn't close to his Ags anyway, so we'll gladly take this situation. And this is just beautiful glimpse into Split Earth, no BKB available. That punch earlier baited him in.
Maybe, yeah. Liquid also got kind of greedy with it. The fights that Spirit have won have been through BKB and God Strength being on cooldown. Liquid would win an initial part of the fight and then keep going, thinking that they could still take it.
Uh-oh.
Radabatos, Radon, his BKB does last long enough. Instead, they use the dead shot on Rue.
Could be a dieback for the Tusk.
Yep.
That's expensive.
But is there any objectives to take?
Yeah, at the same time, this is not a bad time to put that cooldown to work because Liquid aren't doing anything, and you will take that Verso kill. And it just switches to Knight. Double Wisdom Shrine going to go to Spirit as well.
Yeah.
Collapse level 20. Gets that Strength talent. It's always a nice one. And he is working towards Basher. I don't know. Collapse is just locked into. He has put this game on his back and is trying to carry them over the line. I mean, Tinker is a volatile hero. He's incredibly good with these 5-man push strats, but once you start to get picked apart, the hero does not offer you a lot. Liquid have to keep proper formation. They have to be very decisive about the BKB on the Sven and who you're taking down with it, not overextending, and protect each other. That's the biggest thing.
Trying to TP out. Dark Ascension, so much damage, but not enough. So Collapse, with that on cooldown, things are a little awkward. He's going to try and finish up the creep wave, but does get chased away. Waits around for another Void.
Is this an opening for Liquid?
Yeah.
Still Aegis.
Oh, especially think you get the Disruptor. The Disruptor would be so good, and they're going to commit for it. Especially think you get Larl as well. Larl lines up and gets hit by the Rolling Thunder that came in. Good snowball save. Is it okay, though? When he comes back in, it's just going to be one hit from Mickey, a couple more. Larl, he's in trouble, but the slows come in. The BKB is gone. Saberlight's going to have to finish the job, and he does manage to do so. Goo is racking up. Radon in the middle of all of these heroes, but Nisha and Saberlight.
Buyback
kind of tough to bring down. Buyback on the left track. Liquid need to get out of here now. The Gyrocopter ultimate comes down, and Nisha, big trouble. He's already dead. Saberlight is racking up some damage on Rue. His Ghost Scepter's going to wear out eventually. The Glimmer Cape will not save him. Nisha, he's okay on his second life. Oh, nice Split Earth. Never mind. He's not making it out of here. Saberlight, meanwhile, he slows him down with the hairball. He'll make a run for it. Collapse. No way to catch up.
Expensive buyback from Laurel, but well worth it here, as you can just pump out so much damage. And again, the second that Sven gets caught with no BKB, it just feels like the fight is lost.
Yeah.
You even got max value out of that Aegis. I think it was less than 10 seconds to expiry. You had to kill this Pango a whole second.
Oh, he still got Saberlight. Saberlight went to go farm, and his TP back. He's facing into the Night Stalker.
Brother.
Yikes.
Brother,
So greedy, man. So greedy.
I mean, at the same time, for Collapse to follow you all the way there.
He's the Night Stalker.
I guess.
Yeah, he's going to stalk your ass.
He finally gets his tier 1 top at 38 minutes.
Man, that is a late tier 1 tower. That's got to be the latest tier 1 of the tournament.
The thing is, he is so high level now. He is 3 levels ahead of all the Liquid cores, as is the Gyro. But the thing on this hero is he can only really get it through the fights, not just farming big ancient stacks. This is not a level 25 talent on the Night Stalker that you want to see in this game.
Got him on the silence. Insania. He does get out. Used the Void early there.
Radiant are scattered.
I mean, he will have Abyssal here soon, so
Yeah.
Dire are
those plays will no longer be doable.
They're going to try Tormentor. Liquid is on their way, though. They're smoked up for this. This is going to be a little awkward. Yes, they get the
they're so
Tormentor,
clumped.
but they're going to be so
They're so
clumped up. They're
clumped.
rolling Thunder right through the middle of them like a bowling ball, knocking out pins. Radon gets off his BKB, but he's got no support whatsoever, being chased down by both Nisha and Mickey. There's no chance in hell he can survive.
Is that the game? Can Liquid just run it down?
They have been chipping away at buybacks for a while. Laurel with the dieback.
And Yatoro bought out.
Yeah.
He went Ag Satanic buyout, was finishing up Butterfly. I mean, what? How are they just clumped, like, just completely not expecting Liquid to be there? And the dream fight, they take out the save and the Tusk plus the Leshrac at the same time.
Now, they have killed this event before because of no BKB, but with two heroes, it seems a little difficult to make that happen. Insania, he keeps Mickey nice and healthy.
I mean, Liquid, they should go throwing here.
Oh, yeah. I mean, if you're making that kind of move, you're using the Static Storm like that, it means that you didn't have a plan past that. You would have held the Static Storm if there were going to be heroes to buy back.
They want Vegas first. No God Strength. This could be a decision that bites you in the ass, though. This is a lineup from Spirit that can play into Megas. I don't get it. I don't think you can go throwing anymore. Maybe. You have God Strength coming up.
Hit some tier 4s. You could still take the 4 versus 5 with no Leshrac. The God Strength starts going to work on the tier 4s. Saberlight, Rolling Thunder comes on in, hits the Collapse. If they can take out Collapse out of the equation, oh, it's so much easier with no buy there and no buy still on the Leshrac. You've got 20 seconds to end it in a 3 versus 5. Radon, he's going to need some fancy footwork to be able to both go on Liquid, but kite them around and not die straight up to Mickey. Snowball coming through, trying to stop Mickey, but he just cleaves through both of them.
Man, what a move from Liquid. That game was starting to get out of their reach, and somehow they just find Spirit on that ramp that has been the death of so many teams, but not going up it, it's going down that ramp that sealed their doom.
True.
Just unprepared.
Well, we almost had a first blood. Team Spirit narrowly dodged the 5-man smoke of Team Liquid. Avery, game 3 between Liquid and Spirit. Ursa, Radon Ursa, who I think is undefeated at this DreamLeague.
Hell yeah.
Ursa.
30 seconds to battle.
But also, they've got a Bristleback that has been shocking.
I don't care.
For them.
Never bet against the Radon Ursa. If you
30.
remember one thing after this game, remember, you can hold me to that.
Okay.
You can hold me to it, Austin.
All right. I guess so. Is it that good of an Ursa game? Avery?
If I was on a bridge and the bridge were collapsing, Austin, and on one side there was a fire truck and on the other there was Radon Ursa, I would reach my arms out to Radon Ursa because he never lets me down.
That's terrible. What if he can't reach you?
Doesn't matter. Then I go into the abyss.
You don't want to see a world where Radon Ursa fails?
I don't want to live in a world where he can't save me from a bridge that's collapsing on fire.
Okay.
What is this sneaky little tri-lane mid? Nisha's like, what in God's name is this?
Yeah, well, Laurel wants to get some revenge. He's how do you like it, huh? How do you like having a shit Leshrac game?
Well, I don't think he cares, honestly. He had no reaction to that.
Yeah, well, that's just Nisha. He never gives an outward reaction outside of an occasional smile.
I like how Insania TP did that.
Yeah, like, don't worry, brother, I got you. With
like,
my
what are you gonna do?
Movement speed slow.
What are you gonna do? You know, the second they were on that hill, he's dead. There ain't no TP coming in.
Yeah,
but it's a form of solidarity, you know.
Yeah.
Like I got a TP for Nisha, or he's gonna get really mad, and can't have Nisha get mad. He'll play even less pubs, and then we'll really be screwed.
Bottom lane, we'll see that Warlock pushing in the lane with his Fatal Bonds.
I do remember you asked, is this a good Ursa game?
Yes.
And I think this is
And you
an
did.
amazing Ursa game on paper. I
Okay,
think
why?
He shreds everybody, you're right. Great matchup versus Sven. Great matchup versus Mars. Burst damage versus Leshrac, always nice. EKB buyer, always good. Tough hero for Bat to lasso.
Is there any threat of him being kited around in this game?
A little bit between the supports and the arena.
Yeah.
But I think most lineups always have a little kiting mechanisms for Ursa, right? I don't think that defines the pick as much as him being able to go in and have good core matchups. So I do like the Ursa here. Downside is the Bristle. Yeah, this hero's not winning. And I don't know how much the Bristle helps the Ursa gameplay. I think the Snot Rocket Ursa definitely helps you stick on targets. It gives you a lot more damage. It's another frontliner that can absorb some spells, but it's not a direct buffer. You know, it's not a Darkseer. It's not a Aura buyer. It's not a Mars that's going to lock people in an area. So that part I'm more iffy on. I think the synergy between the Bristle and the Ursa leaves a little bit to be desired.
Okay.
Not that it can't be there, but I think it's more difficult to execute.
What about the Ursa and the Sniper?
Yeah, I mean, there's synergy. You just have two carries, right?
I was about to
That's
say,
why.
there's another hero that's not really helping you out too much. Flame Break into Blood Grenade, but the Warlock heal outdoes any of that.
You know what I would actually like to see this sniper do? Is go Mage Slayer.
Okay, just hit the Leshrac and the
just
Mars.
ruin Nisha's day, be super tanky versus all the early magical damage. I don't think it's going to actually hurt your DPS that much. And I don't think you have to be some 6-slotted sniper for your lineup to function. You have two side laners who are going to deal a lot of like control and damage in the fight. You have an overall ultra carry in Ursa who can carry this game if he gets really wealthy. Nobody does this build though, so I don't think we're going to see it.
Is it because you just came up with it?
No, I was playing it a while ago, actually.
Wait, what?
You know who actually does these kind of builds is XM.
I don't remember him going Mage Slayer.
No, but he'll do weird builds like that on heroes. He'll play the utility
Okay.
mid-range dealers, you know?
All right.
The Mage Slayer, Viper, this kind of stuff, right? I think Sniper can be in that category. For example, he was the first one to do this kind of like Ags Rush Sniper mid, right?
Yeah.
He's not playing it as a right clicker, he's playing it as a utility stunner, frontline, or whatever.
Yes.
I think Mage Slayer falls in that category, and I think it's a great matchup versus the Leshrac, but enough on that topic. Talk about Liquid's lineup a little bit. A lot of magic damage, a lot of team fight. Multiple sources of initiation with the Bat Rider. You now have Mars and Sven. I like that a lot more because I think some of those games Liquid put it all on Boxy. It's impossible.
Yeah.
You just can't play the game. So I think their lineup is very well balanced, and they can win at a lot of points in this game. Maybe the ultra late could be a little tricky for them. I think they will get kited out. Tusk Warlock Ursa is going to really mess them up in the very late, but I think their mid game looks pretty formidable here. And as long as they have a smooth sailing early game, I think they will get there pretty reliably.
I will say Jakiro's looked like one of the strongest supports of the current meta, and this looks like Shakiro's going to be really well set up for success. Saberlight does manage to dodge away from Radon, who's trying to get a kill underneath the tower. Popped Glyph and everything for it.
All right, really boots on the Ursa. Gotta keep how far you go and check.
He really wants this kill.
I mean, even if
trying
you're just
hard
forcing
for
him
it.
off CS because he's low, there's value in that.
Sure.
And this is the power of the Warlock. Sustain hero on lane means you can go for less regen, more aggressive items earlier on the carry. Tread's already done for the Ursa Warrior. We have seen what Radon can do on this hero with ultimate free farm.
Successful scan by Liquid, seeing this Rude Tusk setting up very early.
Everybody
Well
leaning,
before the power rune.
leaning towards the mid here. Power rune both teams will want.
Leaving Collapse alone, they immediately go on Collapse. This is a number of times that Liquid challenging Collapse in lane, taking a lot of spells, but the TP coming in from Laurel. Turn things around, they'll get the kill on Instania. Instania just doing as much damage to Collapse as possible.
You give up the rune for that.
And it's a
Not a free
regen
TP.
for Nisha. That's a big rune.
That's a super nice rune for him. Still decent XP into Laurel, who is top of the board here. That tri-lane gank set him up, I guess.
Kind of did.
If he buys Mage Slayer here, you gotta buy me a steak dinner. That's all I'm gonna say.
I'm not doing that for you.
Well, okay, we'll see.
I think I've done enough for you.
Done almost nothing all the time I've known you. Actually, now that I think about it, I never thought about it
Radiant's
before.
courier has been killed.
Oh, Radon loses Courier.
Going after Collapse again, this time with a third hero in box seat, but I mean, maybe they get the kill. The snowball is on the creep wave. They have to chase into the tower in order to get this. They do manage to do so. Mickey's going to take a lot of damage, though, but it's a 1 versus 3. He needs like a few more hits. Lotus gets given over to Mickey. He's going to be fine. He even throws a second stun out there. Does get shot down by Laurel, TPing in.
I mean, Laurel's evening out this top lane as they're trying to go on this bristleback. It's a very tough dive. And you should expect a response from Spirit every time because you're going to get gooed up no matter what. This also helps secure that Wisdom Shrine. So that be an issue for Spirit in some of these other games. So Laurel making some moves. Does give recovery time to Nisha, though, where he's not getting pressured. Puts that region to use. Very even early game across the board.
And he's going to try and use the open lane because he quickly pulled and killed the creep wave to attack bottom. Saberlight, it's up to him to get the right initiation. Maybe it's not even needed. With 2 supports behind, he hits the spear. Yes, they get the Split Earth afterwards. He could pop in rage, maybe, but even then, he's still surrounded by 4 heroes of Liquid.
Yeah, he had Arena the whole time. Nice little rotation from Nisha. Get some decent tower damage here, too. Your mid's going to get keeped here a little bit.
Yes, the Saberlight's going to go back to mid to secure the rune. Maybe get an Arena on Sniper, or maybe
just die.
Just die. Got him. Got the Arena. Missed the spear.
Okay, well.
The TPs are going to come a bit late, especially with that spear missing. It's not looking the best. Saberlight's going to die. Did get a rotation out of Radon. Team Spirit bringing numbers.
Not his finest moment on this Mars. Expensive TP death, honestly. Arena on cooldown as well.
Snowball in the back, assassination, a little bit more damage required, and Miposhka delivers. Still the trade-off of supports is there, and Liquid can maybe still hold their tower.
Everything is even in this game.
Maybe not, man.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Glyph goes out,
Dire's top tower is under
but it almost
attack.
seems like Team Spirit just gonna stick around, let the sniper peep away at it.
Tower is just dead, I think. Don't have any early gap close, so Laurel will chip it down here. Can you get the deny? That's the question. Oh,
Dire's top
snowball to
tower
deny the deny.
Radiant's bottom
Laurel
tower
claims it.
is under
Well
attack.
played.
Nikkei rotated bottom through the gate. Didn't want to stay top against this Bristle. Now he's going to get a kill?
No, they're not gonna kill Radon immediately, but he doesn't have it in rage, so
What was that?
caught inside the arena. I'm not sure exactly. Maybe just assume that there's no way a Mars is sitting behind a Sven this early.
That was super weird. Just walked into him, kind of challenged him on the small camp and dies to Nikkei, who... That was the easiest rotation of his life because he didn't even make it.
Rotation came to him.
Grimoire popped by Miposhka, level almost 7 on this Warlock, so
Radiant's
Golem is
structures are
available.
fortified.
And you did give a lot of space to collapse while all this was happening.
Saberlight's gonna get baited in to go for the tower. Has to pin back Radon. The Golem's gonna be used. See if you can get the Golem in front of Saberlight to slow him down further. Blood grenade from
grenade.
Radon will help. Pushing him back with the God's Rebuke and a spear coming up in a second. Think Saberlight is
Kill
fine.
his courier at least.
Got the courier.
Yeah, there you go. Sends a message.
Dire's bottom
Farming
tower
Golem.
is under
Wait,
attack.
Laurel! With his haste rune. The little man was just trying to run him down, get close enough for an assassination, or get the vision on him, rather, but...
So this Golem will work out. It gets you a tier 1.
Dire's structures are fortified. Dire's
Collapse
top
being
tower
pinged right
is
now.
under
Boxy
attack.
here on the other side. Flame Break couldn't get him back up the high ground. They're slowing him down a lot. Nisha, I mean, if they get him with the lasso, they'll get him with the Diabolic
here.
Edict. He probably dies. Yeah, look at Nisha. He's just like, I can get this kill. I can TP out. Good read of the situation.
Oh, yeah.
The tusk there on the other side would have been the death of him.
Super
Dire's
well
top
played on the
tower
TP.
is under
You're dead there
attack.
100%. Do get this tier 1 bottom with the Golem as Saberlight has to walk back there. No TP available on the Mars for 30.
And top tower taken as well. Laurel making...
Dire's
That's a lot of space. 3 tier 1s by 11 minutes.
He's making some shit happen around here.
Radiant's bottom tower has been
No Mage Slayer up yet.
I'm sure it's next on the radar. You know, he's got to complete the. I mean, Hurricane Pike went without saying.
Right,
Default
of course.
item.
Of course.
Yeah. Standard build up.
Mage Slayer definitely second item, right?
Maybe a little late for it now, but I could still see it coming out.
Right, because he's having such a bad game, it would be a late timing as he's top net worth.
Well, you know, it's you know, what for that early fighting.
But you're saying he could have had even more net worth than he has right now?
I mean, the Lesh did some work in a couple circumstances. Maybe win that. That's all I'm going to say on that.
Nisha's thinking about Blink Dagger, so there's a bit of your gap closed. They combine that with the Blink Dagger on... Never mind. Saberlight's going to go Yules, not Blink Dagger.
Early Blink Lesh could be interesting. Is good in this sniper matchup, but not if he has Hurricane Pike by the time you have the Blink.
Yeah, very... Because he needs... At that point, he needs somebody else, and then it's up to Boxy to get the Blink Dagger.
Yeah, also, it just doesn't make sense because you're gap closing into the Mage Slayer, and it's just not going to end well for you.
Of course, right, yeah.
So, honestly, I think Nisha's just horribly misread the situation here.
Radiant are scanning.
Thank you for your expert. This is why nobody treats you seriously in your analysis.
I am actually not memeing, though.
I mean, I know
First
you're not
item
memeing.
Blink on the Lesh, and he blinks into a Mage Slayer sniper, he does nothing.
I know you're not memeing.
You just get killed. I think it would legit be good here. I am kind of memeing, though, because I don't think we're going to see it.
I don't think we're going to see it either, but I don't disagree with your analysis that it might be a legit item. Might.
Okay, I'll take that. That's a dub. You got to take the minor victories in life.
But the problem is I'm much more forgiving than the average viewer, so...
Whatever, man.
Collapse going to be surrounded here. Saberlight.
Oh, the Blink.
The Blink comes in. The Split Earth lands, even if the Spear does not. Will say, I am good down with the Saberlight Yule Scepter. Because this will really help out against the Ursa.
I mean, it's a very good Yule's Mars game.
It does put them in a kind of an awkward situation, potentially.
The issue with Blink versus Lesh is you can get kills, but your farming speed is not increased at all. Your mana capacity on the map isn't increased at all. It's kind of a dead item for all these jungle or down moments. So you really have to find big core pickoffs to make it count.
Yeah.
And Hurricane Pike already done for the sniper. That is a wicked fast timing here for Laurel.
Look at all those items just rained in at the same time. Echo Saber, Battle Fury, Hurricane Pike, and Yules.
Everybody's gearing up for the farm war. I mean, the two carries right now.
The next step for Liquid is definitely the Blink Dagger unboxing. And the Hurricane Pike is maybe not effective enough to stop Nisha getting the kill. But then the question after that is, well, what about Rue's Blink Dagger? What if Rue is able to just blink Snowball, dodge a decent amount of the Diabolic Edict damage, help tank some of it?
And what about Mickey's Blink Dagger? What if he gets in there and lands a big Stormhammer and just chunks this sniper down?
Wow, that's going to be well, I guess it's not going to be that far.
Exactly.
Wow.
It's going to be an early blink for this Fen. Liquid just want to get on top of Spirit and demolish them. That is the name of the game here.
Well, that makes these items...
Oh, Saberlight, Golem.
Good spear back.
You got TP canceled with the Golem, so he's out in no man's land for a while here.
But he's running down that fast river. Collapse from behind will slow him down. Dual Scepter try and stop him. Another spear back. Okay, it hits the Warlock, not Collapse.
I think he's missed more spears than he's hit. Not to put him under the gun, but...
And he did run them all to the Tormentor, so that feels very efficient for Team Spirit.
Not the greatest path to take. And he'll have no TP when he spawns. Also a little unfortunate. Shard goes to Maposhka.
And it was right as those Blink Daggers were coming out, too. At least one of them in Mickey. Boxy still hasn't gotten his. I feel like this is a very fragile item build-up for Liquid. They either run over Team Spirit and these Blink Daggers pay off, or this first fight or the second fight goes horribly wrong against the build-up of Goo, against the Golem Fatal Bonds.
You know, I had a wise man once tell me. It's a good quote.
It better be.
2 Blink Daggers is good. 3
Tithe to the impurities.
is acceptable. But 4 is just greedy.
Okay. Was that also Bulba?
No, it was not Bulba. That was a fake question. I knew you were going to say that. Yeah, it was Bulba. I'm just going to attribute everything to Bulba. And then no one's going to know what to do with any of these quotes anymore.
Is that a real quote? Did you just make that up?
Maybe it is, maybe it's not. Maybe go fuck yourself, Austin. Oh, smoke from Liquid.
Was that
Trying to
under
use the
award?
blink
That was
bat.
under award.
Yeah, this got scouted. Immediately backpedaling here from Spirit.
Oh, with a blade mail on the bristleback and
Yeah,
a
they're
blink
gonna
on the
fade him
Ursa. I feel like they're just going to play defensively. Liquid walk into them, and this could be horribly wrong. Spear's already going to miss.
Radiant's top
That
tower
was not
Maybe it's a
close.
good thing. The Spear missed. Let's back up, guys.
Well, fortunately for Liquid, Laurel did decide to bypass the Mage Slayer build.
Thank God. I mean, their game would have been over if he went that Mage Slayer.
I honestly think his game was just too good for it. Like, he just catapulted over the chasm where it would have been.
What you said earlier, his game wasn't good enough for it.
He's been in that weird pocket, you know? Weird pocket where it's like too good, but not good enough at the same time. I do like this, though. I think the Broach BKB, when he gets it all in the end, is going to cut through that Sven if he can get there.
And taking Roshan, Liquid. They lose the Tormentor, they lose the Rosh. They've got these Blink Daggers, but haven't been able to use them. This is really bad.
Yeah, it's concerning when you go this many blinks early and you don't continue to get kills or fights out of it. They're dead items on the map. I mean, it's like a slight farming increase, but negligible. So far, Spirit are just continuing to scale. They're getting damage items on all their cores. The Radon Battle Fury is going to work. Collapse is ready to fight if it breaks out.
Ice Path on Rue, chained up with the Split Earth, but Snowball does go off, and he got into a neutral over on the side. They got the Warlock, though. That's even better if they can get bull supports right away. But they got up the Fatal Bonds into
All
the
five.
Golem. Oh, this
The
is going to be a
pentagram.
bit nasty. Oh, yeah, they are just taking so much damage. Instant TPs from multiple members of Liquid. Zmars gets shot down. They take 2 out with it.
That was immediate evacuation from Liquid. 5-man bonds. Get the hell out of there. They wanted none of that. And look at this. The Warlock gets the highest damage despite getting
4,000
killed
damage.
instantly. Monster bonds.
That was pretty much just Warlock snipers.
Yeah.
And casually 2v5ing them.
Still looking for more here.
Insania, he is dead. No assassination
What a
required. Not
Beast
that
of
he
game
had
from
any.
Laurel, dude. He's owning it up right now. 7-0-3.
Definitely getting something for that Leshrac game.
I was surprised Liquid didn't lose more there.
Yeah, I mean, fast reactions with the TPs there. Nisha instantly out.
are fortified.
Very dangerous right now. Again, you have all these blinks, but you're blinking into a lineup that can punish you when you all go in together.
Under attack.
On top of that, you don't have early dispels for the bonds or to try and kite the Ursa or the Bristle Goo, so
And now we're getting to a net worth lead and, frankly, high enough levels for Team Spirit that they are not easily killed even if you do get that initiation. I mean,
no, it really comes down to what Mickey can do.
yeah.
You need to get some good hits with this God Strength, and you need to ideally land an arena on 2 or 3 so you can buy a lot more time for the Sven to hit people. Drag someone into it as well. Amp damage on the Lesh right now. That's a big rune for Nisha. A lot of
It
extra
is.
spell damage.
Team Spirit, they smoke up and they are dodging this rotation that is coming in from behind.
I mean, if they get a high ground here, it's really hard to go into them because they have the Bristle, but they still have Aegis on this sniper.
I mean, maybe Saberlight gets a good enough arena that it ends up being okay. Smoke is going to break. Saberlight, does he go in?
It's going up the bridge.
Liquid's go. They're running straight into it. Mickey. Okay, Nisha's going to blink in. Got the arena onto the Warlock with the pin, but Sniper is dead, but he has the Aegis. At the same time, Nisha, he needs to get away from
Four-man
Collapse
bonds.
right now. Collapse is keeping up to him, and he does manage to finish him off. Now, the Laurel on the second life is just going to take him to town, baby. He is assassination stopping TPs. He is ripping through them with the Revenant's Brooch.
Dire's
collapse.
bottom tower is under attack.
Ruin Nisha there with the blade mail.
Oh,
He just basically solo killed him, and the bonds landed on 4 again from Mapochka. Despite him being jumped by Saberlight, there was no one else with him there. Super split fight from Liquid. The Sven getting punched initially really disjointed the multi-core initiation. And just bought Spirit all the time they needed. Aegis did its job. Yeah, you lasso the sniper, but who cares? He has a second life. And no one's able to follow up on this arena. That's the biggest thing. So Mapochka just sits here, bonds 4, channeling upheaval. I don't even think Radon really did much.
No, he just got kited around a bit. It was all collapse and Laurel.
Just Bristle running in with the blade mail and Sniper pew-pewing from the high ground.
And that was all without Golem. They didn't have to use, or they didn't have Golem for that fight. Going back into the game, Saberlight, he's dead. Liquid, if they try and mount a defense here, they still have that big team fight coming out from Mapochka. Ready to go. TP out from Insania. Punch! Stops it.
They just don't have enough
Dire's middle tower
ability to stand their ground. They don't have enough dispels. They don't have any auras. They don't have anything to help people match what Collapse is doing on the front line. And if you can't deal with him, you're not getting to the Sniper. You're not contesting the Ursa. You're not stopping this Warlock getting a good bonds.
Yeah, another game where the Warlock seems particularly effective because they have no dispels.
Exactly. You just need more in this lineup. You ideally want a Greaves in here. You want Mantas. You want BKBs. You want this kind of build up here so that you can force your way into the fight and jump together and burst targets collectively. We're just nowhere close to that.
Now,
Another
like,
game where the Bat Rider's getting shut down.
Yeah. Liquid on a desperation move from here on out to cut waves, stall out, and see if Mickey can get large enough to do something, but I mean, this game has not set him up for success whatsoever. Couldn't even go the AC, just picked up a plate mail, now has to go back for BKB.
The thing is, there's interrupts for this Sven. That's the problem. Even if he gets to a point where he's really strong, you God Strength, Blink, BKB, jump somebody, you could get hit by Golem.
Yeah.
You could get punched by Tusk.
Yeah.
The guy could get Snowball saved.
Yep.
You could get like Shard blocked off.
Radiant
Sure.
are scanning.
You could just miss somehow.
You could just, yeah.
You're going to get bashed by the Ursa maybe at some point.
You're going to get disarmed by the Heaven's Halberd if the BKB wears out. The goo is going to stack up when the BKB is gone.
I just don't think this BKB for Mickey is an end-all be-all. It doesn't guarantee him hits with the interrupt that Spirit have. And it doesn't take much to interrupt Sven
Yeah.
before that fight turns, especially with Ursa laying into you. I think Liquid need to make this lasso count. They need to find supports, ideally, get on top of the Sniper. Find a way to dodge the Bristol and the Ursa at the start of these fights. These are not the targets you want to run into. Pipe coming out for Collapse is going to make matters a lot more difficult for the Leshrac as well.
Liquid just running out of area to farm. Mickey and Nisha running into each other in the jungle. Trying to take the same areas because there's not much left. Saberlight's going to take the dangerous area, which is that mid lane. Does manage to dodge the bit of damage coming out from the Sniper. And while Nisha waits for the triangle to respawn, Team Spirit will wait for the Tormentor.
Dire are scanning.
This is not a contestable Tormentor, I think. Especially if Spirit have position.
Yeah, honestly, Liquid just needs the time to farm anyway, so.
You need to take fights around Vision to give this bat a good jump. Which probably means you're letting Spirit push into you. Which is also kind of scary because they don't have to. They can keep farming and they can just play for next Roshan. Then you have to go into them around Roshan unless you're already set up.
Radiant's top
It'll be
tower
AC
is
for
under
Mickey
attack.
over the BKB.
Yeah.
Feeling the pressure of some of these interrupts and maybe thinking he needs more damage and more stability.
Radiant's
Yeah, I
top
don't
tower
disagree
is
with
falling.
that. I mean, it just means he's
Radiant's
more and more
middle
likely
tower
to be
is under
kited,
attack.
but
I mean, AC on Sven's a mixed bag. Building an armor item on a hero that, in theory, creates his own armor.
is under attack.
Yeah, against a hero that, yes, armor helps against, but is not the be-all, end-all.
Yeah,
Ursa just kind of pushes through armor in a lot of situations.
Yeah, he generally doesn't care how much armor you have. His damage is overwhelming. I don't know. This item is...
Radiant's top
It's
tower
very
is
mixed.
under attack.
This is where the blink daggers are going to come in handy.
Scanning.
Dodging Team Spirit on the map.
It's true. You can blink out. Keep farming. Basher's done for the Ursa, so there's another BKB interrupt. Or just an interrupt in general. All right, we're getting some tier 3 neutrals. Well, a lot of Gale Guards. And a lot of Essence Rings.
Who would have thought?
In fact, it's Team Gale Guard versus Team Essence Ring. Which would you rather be on?
Essence Ring?
That's wrong, but good try.
Why?
A wise man once told. Do you think Gale Guard is stronger than Essence Ring? I feel like it is, right?
I mean, yeah, it's a tier 3 versus a tier 2, but...
Well, I'm saying relative power level, like Essence Ring to the rest of the tier 2s, or Gale Guard relative to the rest of the tier 3s.
Isn't that entirely dependent on your magic resistance and armor? Like, the Essence Ring is powerful the more effective HP you have through armor and magic resistance.
True.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
I just like Essence Ring more. I think it's cool.
Radiant's bottom
I like the
tower
little
is
sound
under
effect,
attack.
the animation.
Yeah, the slow resistance is a little underrated too, I think.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
But I think the Essence Ring actually gives you more
Radiant's bottom
EHP than
tower is
the
under attack.
Gale Guard.
Probably in most situations, yeah.
All right, Roshan being assaulted here. Radon fails to leap into the pit. That was incredibly embarrassing for him.
With an Aegis and a banner.
Can we get a replay of Radon failing to leap into the pit, please?
I thought you were a Yatoro fan. Trying to relive.
Even gods need to be humbled also.
Insania. He's got a 4-staff. He's got a Gale Guard.
He's dead.
And that'll last him about 0.1 second against the
Dire's
Ursa.
middle tower is under attack.
All right, time to hit high ground if you're Team Spirit, and time for Liquid. Put up or shut up time. See if they can hold their high ground.
In theory, the base defense fight is a better one for them because they get vision. They also can potentially spear back or lasso back. This is one of the opportunities where Spirit will go into them, which makes the team fight a lot easier for their initiators. So they should be ready to just smoke and jump this.
Dire's top barracks are under attack.
You want to do it without Jakiro.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
They're going to be a bit late here, scrambling at it.
Again,
The
these
two
are the
tanky boys way in the front.
yeah, these are the two guys you don't want to go on. I think you have to flank here. I think you have to go around.
Yeah, they have to just give up this barracks in exchange for
Dire's
positioning.
top barracks
It's
has
too
fallen.
slow here. They're waiting for Insania,
Dire's top barracks has fallen.
but now Spirit can just back off. They don't have to force this.
Get up to the triangle high ground, maybe hoping secret
They're gonna ward the
walk
lane.
into them there. And it's
This is the old observer ward called sentry ward trick. Massive.
thank you, Boxy. Radon.
They're like right on the edge. Oh.
They're gonna see Boxy instantly jumped, abyssal plated. The spear misses. They get a 4-staff and assassination. It doesn't quite finish the job.
He's gonna live.
He is gonna be able to get out,
Nice 4-staff.
but the situation is still the same. Boxy.
Wait, he died to blade mail on the firefly.
I got him on the Firefly. That's funny.
Collapsed.
I mean, either way, even if he doesn't die, like, situation's still kind of the same. Your smoke was wasted. You didn't get the ball. The Lotus Orb. Mickey.
Not
He's
like
got a
this.
lot of armor, but you can see the Ursa just does not give a damn. An assassination, not quite enough here. Another spear actually hits the Warlock in the back line. Saberlight's just going to have to try and use the arena and help Nisha survive through this one, but
Please.
Radon had a blink up. He gets inside the arena. He quickly kills the Leshrek. A buyback there,
Double spear?
a pin on 2, a lasso initiation on a Laurel. It all looks great, but no damage. Mickey, he joins the fight now, but he immediately gets Heaven's Halberded, and the positioning and the stuns that they had, they're gone now. He goes to the back, hits Rue, got a spear onto Radon as well. Wait a minute. They've killed everybody else, and now Radon's going to get kited around. Ice Path, ooh, got him just in the nick of time. He's used, and now will be abused. The pin, and Mickey gets an ultra kill.
Damn.
I cannot believe that worked out for them.
I mean, I think this base defense fight is really strong for Liquid. Should not underestimate this lineup on the high ground. Did cost them some buybacks here, but well worth it. 6k gold, 6k XP differential. And they get through that Aegis. Ultimately, it's the sniper ending up in Liquid's base that does them a lot of favors.
Yep.
Be able to just control him there.
With the buyback, watch that. Him buying back and catching Laurel. Laurel was in real deep, yeah.
And this double spear, pretty big here from Saberlight. Does a decent amount of damage, buys a lot of time for this disarm. Wearing off on Mickey, and the second that's gone, he's gonna go to town. Ignores the sniper, cleans up the backline here. He gets both. Blade Mail does not save you there. And the Bear's all alone. Big fight from Liquid, staying in this game.
Liquid is trying to make a move happen right now. Insania going so far as to blink Ice Path. Trying to fish for an opening.
They have 5 Blink Daggers, Austin.
Yep, they have 5 of them, and they are all ready to blink onto this clump potentially. They'll go for the Ursa. They're going to try and kill the Ursa right away. Ice Path, and it works. They got the chains done, and now they've lassoed together 2 heroes inside of the arena. Both supports are going to die for that. And look at Saberlight. He's just chasing after Laurel, trying to get him. Got the pin on him. Can his team get here in time? Saberlight, he pops the Ghost Scepter. BKB used in the threat of the Ice Path. Saberlight with a TP out. No, denied by the assassination. With the buybacks being used. Liquid, no, they go back and do it. A counter blink by Rue. And he caught Nisha inside of the Ice Shards. He's got Shivas. He's got Bloodstone. He's got a Force Staff from his supports. Another assassination. And Stany hitting the back line. Nisha slowed down. Goo is going to build up. The hits from this sniper are going to slow him down. There's nothing that can get Nisha out of here.
Fights are just lasting too long. That's a double buyback that stalls out this God Strength long enough for them to get some turnaround kills. Economic damage done to Spirit, and technically a 1 fight from Liquid, but they might eat something on the return here as creeps are quickly pushing into their base and they don't have glyphs, so they might lose some more. No buyback on the Lesh, no buyback on the Mars. Spirit know that.
God Strength in 15. Lasso will be up as well during that window.
He's behind them right now. Wants to get something on the exit.
Oh my god, he
doesn't have God Strength.
There's no way he can kill him, right? 5 seconds. Silver Edge.
They're gonna be able to start on him though.
Oh, they spot him underneath Ward Sentry. They get the lasso though. The golem comes out. That's gonna be a killer for Mickey. Radon with the enrage. He's fine.
Damn Sentry.
Yeah.
That could have been a glorious start of a comeback here for Liquid, as they were making moves out of nothing.
And instead, it will be the final nail in the coffin for them.
Yeah, no buyback on this Sven. Just gonna be Megas, and Spirit are not a team that's gonna back up here.
Boxy trying to cut waves.
What a heads-up attempt, though.
It was pretty cool looking.
To set up on this Ursa, TP back into the outpost and kill him. I think that 100% works if there's not that sentry there. He just gets chains done.
And Laurel, who has been a menace this entire game. Nice snowball pickup inside of the arena. Mars falls. Nisha just outside of it. He's up next. They're going to chase down the Jakiro, and that is everybody from Liquid out. And Team Spirit securing themselves a spot.
The end result they wanted, that is for sure. Maybe not the way they wanted it. A lot closer of a series than I think they expected. Playing against an eliminated